from just another face in the crowd. It's like nothing ever changed. But I know we ain't the same. I wonder what you're thinking. I wonder if you're with somebody new. I wonder how you're doing. It's a feeling that I can't get used to. And I've been singing, trying to get my head on straight. And I wonder what you're doing. It's a feeling that I can't get used to. It's a feeling that I can't get used to. Feeling that I can't get used to. I wonder what you're thinking. I wonder if you're with somebody new. I wonder how you're doing. It's a feeling that I can't get used to. And I've been singing, trying to get my head on straight. And I wonder what you're doing. Feeling that I can't get. It's a feeling that I can't get used to. Feeling that I can't get.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
We the best music.
Josiah Pipe.
Oh, Josiah.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations.
Cougar 95.1. With Josiah.
Then he came over to me and said, "Now, how are you feeling?"
Welcome back, my friends, to the greatest show conceived by human minds. This is the Josiah Show. I missed you. I missed you, people. It's been, what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks since I did the show last, and those were hard weeks. Those were very hard weeks. I was depressed, considering not going on anymore. But back with us again is genius Jack Kircher. Welcome back to the program, Jack. You're here again.
Hello, yeah,
Hello.
no, I was depressed too, man. I wish that you had your show last week. I really did. Man.
Yeah, I should have broadcast from my house. That would have been pretty
That
cool.
would have been great,
You know?
dude.
Yeah.
From your tub. In
Yeah,
a bubble
I know.
bath.
Which is where I spend the majority of those, like, 3
Yeah.
or 4 days. I was just
That's why
contemplating.
you went home, yeah.
Yeah, why I'm even still here. Yeah. Okay, that was really depressing. We're gonna move on from that now. But we're back on the show, and with us this time is a very special guest.
Oh, yeah.
I introduced him on the first show, like I did with Jack, even though he wasn't here. So it's like he was with us in spirit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He was on all our hearts,
Dear
our
to
minds.
us.
Yeah, he's always in our hearts and our minds.
Great guy.
He's not dead. I mean, I keep talking like he.
He's right
but-
here. He might be.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, he's right.
Any second
No,
here.
he's coming in. He's not even here yet. He's coming in the room. But anyway, welcome to the show, our friend, our pal, Michael the Champ Williams. Hello, Mikey. Good to have you on the show.
What's up, guys? What's up? I'm
I
a little
hope
nervous for today, but this is gonna be exciting.
don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. All right, you're fine. You're good. We're all good. Yeah, that was our friend Mikey. He's back on the show again. Not again. He's never been on the show before. I screwed.
No,
Now-
yeah, never.
You weren't on the show before? You weren't?
No,
No?
but I will be from now on.
Oh, good, all right.
From now on, heck yeah.
Yeah.
man.
From now on, we're leaving you in the room. All right.
Yep.
You're gonna
We're
be
lock
here when you
in
get
here.
back.
We're gonna
Yeah.
lock in.
But Mike, tell us about yourself, Mikey. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm about 5'11".
Whoa.
I go to the school with these guys.
sure do.
I am an advertising major, and my favorite food is tortas and street tacos.
Nice. All right. Tortas. Explain. I
What
haven't
is
heard
it?
of
Was
those.
it tortillas?
Tortas is it's a Mexican dish, and it's so you get like a loaf at at the store. You cut it in half. You make it's like a pulled pork, but it's chicken. So you put some chicken, a lot of seasoning with some pepper. You blend up the seasoning in a blender. Then you put the seasoning in the chicken, Then you do a onions, cilantro, lettuce, and then you do a mixture of mustard and mayo.
Wow,
as a sauce.
that's a lot
Nice,
to it. Wait,
nice.
and so you're Filipino though. You're not Mexican.
No, I'm Thai.
Oh, you're Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love Mexican food.
Awesome.
Right. What's Thai food like? I don't know. Oh, I know I've tried Thai food before.
Thai
Have you
food is
ever tried Thai
amazing.
food? You ever
Yeah, I like.
Of course you.
I love yellow curry. Yellow curry is my favorite. I think that's a Thai dish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yellow curry.
Yeah. I love that stuff. I like red personally.
Really?
A little bit more spicy.
I've never tried red. Okay, that's what.
good
I don't know
stuff.
what the differences are.
You know what the difference? So you wouldn't be able to list the differences for us right now?
One's yellow, one's red.
Oh,
course.
I didn't. That was the one. I always get
That's
stuck on
actually
that.
true
part.
too. You get little red pepper flakes in the red curry. You know.
Right. Well, I didn't. We're gonna have to keep that in mind. I usually can't tell the difference, but I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Now, you used to back 2 years ago. You used to live with me and Jackie Boy over here. So what was that like? You know.
That was pretty fun, dude. That was pretty fun. At first, I didn't know who you guys were, and I was telling Jack actually last week. I was like, the way to remember you guys, I was like, if I'm not gonna say the full on frontal thing, but I just had to pick little like traits that you guys like, and be like, okay, Jack likes balloons. Balloons equals Jack.
No,
Jack.
yeah, we had a full conversation because I realized he was doubling up the amount of things he needed to remember instead of like making it like a trait that applies to us. Oh, Josiah, you like rhyme his name with some. It was like some random fact about it. So I was like, why are you memorizing two things, both his name and a fact?
Right.
But anyway, this is a separate conversation.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was pretty nice. You guys were cool roommates.
Well, I appreciate it, Mikey. Thank you.
Thank you.
And he wasn't paid to say that. All right. He's not-
Oh yeah, and anybody at Global that's living in 560, shout out to them because that was our room.
yeah, that was where the
Yeah.
magic happened.
Yeah.
There were some good times there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good times. We'll go over. We'll do another segment one day, just remembering the good, like when we watch TV, and then the other day where we watch TV, and then
Yep. And Josiah has a plaque there already. They already got it ready for
Yeah,
him.
they're
Employee
shining
of
up
the
right.
month.
They listen to the show. They're listening to the show right now to judge if they should scrap the whole thing or not.
Yeah, he's on the
Unfortunately.
ropes.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
on
kind
the
of on
rocks.
thin ice right now.
Yeah.
So we're only going to be talking about how great Global Scholar is upkept today, and how they clean the bathrooms on time every day. You know?
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I live there now still. I don't know if I just doxed myself or not, but whatever.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, well, I didn't say the
forgot
room,
about
and it's definitely not on that same floor. Okay.
that. No, go find Josiah, shake his hand, give him
Yeah.
a firm handshake.
If someone would actually do that, I'd really appreciate. I would feel like loved, wanted.
You have to figure out his voice. So go and talk to everybody that lives at Global. Figure out which one's Josiah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close your eyes and only listen to the
Yeah,
voices.
listen. Yeah, and I swear to God, I will not be like doing a fake,
Yeah.
a voice of someone. Well, it depends what you say. Say what you think about the show first, and then I'll
Yeah.
answer.
Well, here I'll give a description. He's a scrappy kind of guy. He's like 400 pounds muscle. Like so if you ever see that guy at Global, go shake his hand and say, "Hey, Josiah."
You just completely gave me away. But I was pointing this out. They still clean the bathrooms on time.
Yeah.
I'm still, because I think they're listed what the morning they do it, and I got up way earlier at Global Scholars in 2 years ago, so I never really noticed. I was always out before they did, and now it's like 10 a.m. usually is when I'm out, and they're in there like clockwork, and it's like 10 a.m.
shout
every
out to
time. Every time.
Janitorial
I don't know,
division of Global. They're great.
Yeah, shout out seriously, and I'm not just saying this for the plaque.
No, I remember since I was at Global a year before, I lived with you guys, and the janitors there were just amazing, and I got to know this one. She was the sweetest woman, and at the end of the year, I got her a gift because she killed it. She killed
Right.
it.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot. I mean they seem to have usually the same. I noticed the same staff usually a lot of the times at Global year by year. So that must prove it's like it's a good job to have.
Yeah.
I mean I always notice they have those rooms that are like for the janitors or whatever with all the stickers on them.
Yeah.
So I always do they live there? I honestly don't know.
No, well, the one I met, she was from Idaho. I don't remember her name, but she was awesome.
Okay,
so
'cause
shout out that.
I was gonna say not a bad job if you live there, because you get, if you did live, I know you don't now, but if you did live there, it's like I would assume you get free housing and you get to work a wonderful job of cleaning the toilets.
It's a great building too.
Yeah, I mean it's like probably the best one on campus. I mean the best of these.
Ooh, those are
residence halls.
fighting words. You better be careful.
Well, you don't agree with me?
Well, there are probably people that would disagree with you. Yeah. Like
that's
Northside
fine.
and Global, they're kind of rivals. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is with Global though is all you have to go. all you have to do is go downstairs for Einstein's. Northside
Yeah, it's
doesn't
true.
have that.
It's right
Yeah.
there.
But
What-
Northside, I love their the inside lobby is really nice.
That is true. Northside has a great. I've been there quite a few. You know, when the fire alarm goes off and you just walk,
Yeah.
and you're not waiting outside when it's raining.
That's
you know?
the thing. That's where they got us beat. The North Side's got us beat on the fire alarms, man. Oh my
really?
Yeah.
goodness.
What do they have?
No, they have way less. Remember, it was like every other week at Global.
So there was like one day I remember it went off 3 times in a day when we were still living it, and one of the intervals was like within an hour.
Yeah, is
so
it
it's
still
just-
going off this year?
Not it has gone off quite a few times.
Oh
now.
my
I will
gosh.
say, used to live in Straight Parham. That's the only other building I lived in, and it was like a lot crappier by comparison, as most people have noticed. Doug agrees with me. Shout out to that guy. But
Shut up, Doug.
shout out Doug. Yeah, but the fire alarm, it was more annoying because it was like one of those old fashioned fire alarms with like a bell. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
And so it was like it was really annoying. But I think it happened once that entire year when I was there, and it was like pretty early on, so it actually kind of freaked me out. But yeah, and shout out, by the way, before we move on completely from just talking about Global Scholars Hall, shout out Doug first of all. Shout
Yeah,
out,
we're gonna get him here.
shout out Doug. Shout out Doug. Shout out Doug. Let me just play the applause here. Shout out while we talk about Austin Peppers, my boy. We shout him out.
Austin.
I
yeah.
shout him out every episode now, I think.
The weatherman.
Dude, are we
weatherman.
gonna see him soon?
Yeah, he's coming here on Friday.
Yeah, he's coming to town. I really was hoping he would come early enough so he could be on the show as like a guest. That would be a great guest. I want to get him to record like a promo for the station, you know?
Yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
were talking
I'll
about
get him
that.
on the
Or
mic
one of
this
those, you
Friday.
know, it's Austin Peppers and you're listening to. I would play. In fact, I want to get his permission. I want to do a segment where we re-listen to his newscast. Like
Yeah, that'd be
watch
great.
a little bit.
That would
just
be pretty cool.
say how he's doing a good job. He is doing a good job. I still listen to his newscast.
You're doing a great job, Austin.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I don't know if that means anything to him, and I know he's not
Oh,
listening.
you know it does.
Well, I don't know if it means anything because I'm sure he's heard that a lot.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like a big
that's
man.
a good thing to assume.
It's crazy because he told you, and maybe you can go more into it. But you know, when we left, he was just a guy we knew who lived with us, and he was a guy who we
good
played
guy.
video games with, hung out with. You know, we didn't drink with him because he didn't drink back then.
Yep.
But he was just a cool guy, and now he's like, yeah, I get recognized in grocery stores.
Now he's a man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
over in
actually pretty cool,
Yakima,
man.
they'll
they'll recognize him at the grocery. Are you the weatherman?
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, he's come a long way. That's why I want him, to help me out to boost the ratings here.
Oh
To have
yeah,
him as a
oh
guest,
yeah.
you know.
Everybody will tune in if he's gonna mention it on his weather
yeah.
show. No, he's
Yeah.
not. I don't think. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
he's not-
actual. Yeah.
He's never gonna mention the show. I would love to get him to mention the show. He's just never gonna. He's not. He would not. He
I
cares
bet
about
he'd
his.
want to.
He's too much of like a normal guy to do that.
Well,
you
he's
know?
professional.
Yeah,
It's a professional
that's what
gig.
You put it the correct way. I just said he's a normal guy. The correct way to put it is he's a professional. But he truly is. He's a well-to-do fellow. He's beyond my means now. So
Absolutely,
He doesn't
absolutely.
associate with. If you saw me on the street, say, go away, peasant. Go back to eating the cardboard.
That is
I
the
think.
complete opposite. Of
Yeah, no,
what
he would never do that. He's a nice. He would never do that. But shout out that guy.
Shout out Austin.
Shout out to his family. And so moving on, I did want to ask before we get into more of the topics of the show, one other thing, Mikey. I wanted to say, what's your opinion so far on the show, on the first episode? What did you think?
I think it's pretty solid, dude. I think it's pretty
I
solid.
appreciate it.
I like it.
I appreciate it.
So
It's gonna be even better now. If you were listening to last week's episode, that was or 2 weeks ago's episode. That was peak radio. That wasn't it. And this is gonna be even better than that. We got a great show in store for you today. We're gonna be opening up the beautiful bounty from CWClight arrived last week. We're gonna be opening that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing the Minion Dating Game again with Mikey this
We're
time.
gonna figure out which minion Mikey is destined to be with. We're gonna find his match.
Yeah, and there's been sort of a pattern with me and Jack and the minions we got, so we're gonna see if that extends to
Yeah, we're gonna
Mikey
see.
as well.
Yeah.
And we're also gonna be, that's pretty much it actually. Oh, we're gonna be talking a little bit about what's been going on the last 2 weeks when the show hasn't been on the air. So we got some bangers coming up on today's show. But before we get into that, I wanted to do one thing. We were talking last week about you remember what we were talking about last week? The comic prop. I had,
Oh
Jack?
yeah. Oh
the slide
yeah.
whistle. And Jack said, if I mentioned I have another one that I haven't used because I could only get them in 2 packs, and I would give him the other one. So here you go. It's
He still ordered it.
this is well, I couldn't find any ones that weren't, and it was like
You
5.
couldn't find one slide whistle online. Only 2 pairs.
I figured if I scrolled down too much on Amazon, I'd get like the really crappy end of the stick that they would just fail.
This is the couples package.
Yeah, this
that
is
you got
because
for
one's
us.
blue and one's purple, so it's like for lovers. So
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
it's fitting that I give it to
Right.
you then.
Also, you can't really buy a single slide whistle because why would you want to slide whistle by yourself, right? So you got to do it
Yeah.
with
Josiah
somebody.
did. So
Well-
ask him.
No, didn't you buy a 2-pack?
No,
No,
but
I
he
did.
did.
I did.
but
I just don't have
alone.
the other one with me right now.
Oh.
I mean, you can't see obviously, but in the studio, I didn't bring it. I just have one right now. I'm holding, and
Josiah, I'd love to slide with you.
you'd love to slide. I'd love to slide with you too. You know. And it would-
There's actually a SpongeBob episode on a slide whistle.
I know. Yeah, Jack
Really?
brought that up. Oh, did you not bring that up last episode?
I don't remember.
Oh, I thought you did. Never mind. Maybe you did. Yeah, there's a great episode of. Well, I don't know if it's a great episode, but it's
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's great. But
It wasn't. It was at least average. It was probably called Slide Whistle Stooges was the SpongeBob episode.
Really? You remember the
Yeah,
name?
no, I know the episode.
Was
yeah, I've
this
seen it.
later SpongeBob?
Yeah, this was like
Ooh.
it was like middle because now SpongeBob. I don't mean like it's not old SpongeBob, but it's not current SpongeBob where the animation looks like brain rot. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
middle
Disney
Sponge like
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob when we were kids, basically like 2008, 2009 SpongeBob. And it was this episode where SpongeBob and Patrick get slide. They bought them on Amazon and they can only get a 2-pack of them. They buy these slide whistles and just go around annoying Squidward with him until he learns that he could play the slide whistle too, and he goes around terrorizing the
Yeah.
city until he goes off a cliff in an oil tanker and goes.
Well,
to the
that makes
hospital.
sense because it's not too far off from a clarinet.
Yeah, and he has like a.
Dude,
mute.
I'm throwing shots.
And it's not really
at the
hard to
clarinet
master,
users.
I'm just
They're going to
gonna
be
be-
writing in. They're going to be furiously calling it.
Yeah, the clarinet. Yo, and by the way, the number for this station is 509-3. I'm not going to complete that, but not that anyone would call in. But
You know what? Call in. I'll argue with you.
I'll give you the number. It's just that we don't. I think the call-in like machine is broken, so I don't think you can call in right now.
Clarinets are just glorified slide whistles.
Yeah, what do you
That's
think
my
about
hot
Texas-
take.
Glory.
That's my hot take.
What do you think about clarinets? This man to the left of me, Jack, he hates he hates clarinets. He hates you if you play them.
Well, I didn't say that.
He thinks it requires no talent. He thinks
No talent.
no talent.
No talent.
No talent. You're a no talent hack if you play the clarinet.
Yep. I was going off on that before we got
he
on
was,
the
he was
air.
going on for like 30. I had to tell him stop. It's not that bad.
I
And
get
he
a little
wouldn't.
passionate.
He wouldn't go, and he was like, "No, a guy who played the clarinet killed my dad in a
Okay.
drive-by." So I don't.
With his clarinet.
Yeah, he like threw it through him like a spear. It was horrifying.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, and so what
Because
do you think?
he was
about-
speaking the truth, just like me. So
Yeah, they
I'm
had to-
taking that risk right now.
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
carrying on what he started.
Your dad got too powerful. They had to
Yeah.
take him out.
Got too powerful.
Got too powerful. So anyway, but back to the point of the slide whistle. Here you go. I'm handing it to you now.
Oh my,
Here
I'm
you
being
go.
knighted. I'm
Yeah,
being knighted.
You're being knighted. Congratulations.
Let me hit it first too. Oh, man, you gotta teach me the words now. Ooh, that was a good one. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Yeah. So let me teach in case you haven't figured it out. The formula is what you want to do is when you're going out, that's like making it go lower. And then when you go in, like, have you ever played like a blowing instrument before?
No.
No. Well,
I'm
it's,
talking crap about clarinet.
it's like the trombone, right?
yeah, it's like the trombone. There you go. Yeah, and then when you go in, it like goes in more.
I think I could play clarinet after this.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, you're doing good. Here, I'll be quiet for a second so you can.
No, I think I've had enough.
I'm trying to encourage you.
I think I've had enough. I'm a little slide shy.
All right. Well, you don't have to do it again then
Jack's
if
a
you don't
slide
want.
shy.
Pretty personal matter for me.
It's pretty okay. Well, I want to ask you for it.
I'll wait for some good moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you might have some good because I was gonna talk about and I don't know.
Jimmy Carter?
Yeah. There's an update with Jimmy Carter.
Oh,
He was,
no.
He was found dead in a cocaine bust.
At 100 years old. What's he doing?
What do you snorting it? What else do you do with it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I can't. Can you
He's
believe
going
it?
out. He's the last huzzah.
Yeah, he went out on a blaze of glory. You know, he had to sell his peanut farm, so there's all he knows now.
Sold all of his acres.
He seriously did. He had to sell his peanut farm.
Did he actually?
Wait, he sold it. It was either shortly before or shortly after he became president because like he didn't want it to be like a conflict of interest.
Yeah. He can't be pushing peanut law to
Yeah,
Peanut
boost his
oils.
sales.
He was trying to propose this bill that would make it so peanut tariffs went up in other countries, so American grown peanuts would go up in value, and they told him that's a conflict of interest. And,
Sly dog.
yeah, and unfortunately he had to sell his peanut farm, and as soon as he sold it, interestingly enough, he stopped backing that bill. You know, so when he had nothing to gain anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, seriously, he did sell his peanut farm. Wow. So, which is kind of weird because everyone looks at him as like the peanut guy, Mr.
Yeah, he's
Peanut.
known for that.
Yeah, That was like that's the one thing you can. Well, now I think one thing like normies can say about Jimmy Carter is that he's 100. And he's like the longest lived
Andy
president.
was president.
Well, I mean, like, because most people know he was president, but like, what's the special thing? Because no one really knows what happened when he was president. So when you think about what he did, he's the one who lived to 100. You know. So
one of these days we're gonna do a president tier list because you know a lot about him, and you gotta give your opinions, your hot takes.
All right. If I were to do that, I think we would need to like any president of the last like 50 years. We probably have to leave off just because then it's like gets too like political or whatever. So we'll leave him. We'll end with Jimmy Carter because he was president less than 50 years ago.
So. It all ends with Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, it ends. He was the last president. You know, he was the last president. I know there's probably like if someone can look at, he was probably the last president to do something. I don't know.
He was the finale.
He was the finale. He was the grand finale
States,
of America. It would be so crazy if like in an alternate timeline, like a nuclear war happened. He was the last president.
That probably happened in an alternate dimension.
Yeah, I want to.
Mikey, what do you think about Jimmy Carter?
I don't know who you guys are talking about. You know,
you don't know Jimmy
the
Carter.
entire time. You know, the entire time I was thinking was like, what would I grow in my farm?
What would you grow? Good question. What would you grow?
I really want to grow like peaches. But I don't know who you guys are talking about.
You go down south. Yeah.
Georgia is the peach state. I mean, well, it was the peanut state when Jimmy Carter was running the show, but it's the peach state now.
The
Georgia.
peaches moved.
What number president was Jimmy Carter?
He was 39.
Oh my god!
I thought you were talking about a rock band guy, like a guy that was like a lead singer of a rock band that I didn't know about.
Oh, Jimmy Carter does sound like a rocker name.
Yeah, so
Jimmy Carter. That is kind of a rocker. It's kind of weird because I can't believe. I'm honestly kind of shocked he got elected because who was gonna vote for a guy named Jimmy? You know, Jimmy's like a funny. Like if I was named James, I would go by Jimmy. But like, I'm not running for president, so that's like. But he was James and he went by Jimmy. You know, I guess I don't know what is. I could see Jim Carter getting elected. You know, like
Jim's a good name.
Yeah, but I don't think in 2024 if someone was like, hey, I'm Jimmy something, they could get elected president anymore.
That's a crazy take.
Well, would you vote for?
Why not? I'd vote for a Jimmy.
Jimmy's like a goofy name. Come on.
Well, so is like Dwight Eisenhower. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, yeah, but Dwight. Well, okay. The kind of the difference is if he was named Jimmy because his parents, his like Christian name or whatever was Jimmy. Then I understand. Well, you know, what's on his birth certificate.
Jimmy was in the Bible.
Yeah,
Saint Jimmy.
Well, Jim, like his Christian.
I don't remember
name,
what Bible that.
Yeah, but Jimmy Christ. That
That
was the main guy, right?
Okay.
No, Jimmy. I mean, okay, if Jimmy was like what was on his birth certificate, then I can understand him getting elected president. But no, his name was James, and he went by Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
And I think it was because maybe I'm wrong, but I think his father was James too, so like to distinguish him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he chose to go by Jimmy, and that just doesn't show the like qualities of leadership that like we would need in a president. Yeah, like he volunteered. Jimmy's like a goofy name, dude. It's like if Bill Clinton went by Billy Clinton.
Jimmy Neutron's running the show, dude. I would trust Jimmy Neutron. I would vote for Jimmy Neutron.
Can you name one other Jimmy, like unironically, who like you see like leadership qualities of a president, like a guy
other than
named
Jimmy Neutron? Because
like
I would vote for Jimmy
guy.
Neutron.
Okay, okay, actually, you know what? Fine. Okay, Jimmy Neutron's one. Okay, but he's like
Jimmy Kimmel.
You would vote for Jimmy Kimmel?
No, I would not.
I will be honest. Once you add a Y to the name, then it gets a little bit unserious for president.
Yeah,
for example, like, would you vote for me if I was named Mikey or Michael?
Mikey?
You know?
Yeah. Mikey. Well, it's
Mikey still seems more serious than Jimmy. I mean, I would.
No, Michael seems more.
I honestly think though, Mikey. Like, I agree. I would not vote for. I would vote for you if you're running for president because I know you, but I wouldn't vote for a Mikey Williams who I don't know.
Once you add the once
not?
you add the Y, then it gets unserious.
Okay, I shouldn't say I wouldn't vote for them because like if their policies were good, I would vote for them.
I think it matters more what.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Jack. First name first, and then
judge it based only on their name.
Okay. But there are some names where it's not about the name. It's about when you go by that, does that show like the qualities of leadership? Because Bill Clinton, his name was William, but he went by Bill, and Bill's like a strong name. Billy, if he went by Billy Clinton, like he could not get elected because, like, I honestly think
Clinton.
Because think about it, he got elected as Bill Clinton. I think there's like a hot take, but if he went by Billy Clinton, I legitimately think he could have never been president.
Really?
I don't think he would have won if he.
Okay,
realistically, because I think the election he won in fact, let me just look it up. But I think he won the first election year in like a landslide actually.
Because of his name.
What years was he president?
He was 92 is when Bill Clinton got elected. Oh yeah, he won by a lot. Yeah, so Bill Clinton did win by a lot. So okay, if he was like the Democrat nominee still, he went by Billy, he still would have won. But he could not have won in like because I think he only really won the nomination because like no other big players in the Democrat Party ran in 1992. In fact, let me just I know we're like going off track here, but now I kind of want to check this out. Who
Which
else?
states do you think you would lose if you went by Jimmy?
By
Or,
Billy?
By Billy.
What were the closest states? Let me see.
If I had to guess, I would just guess Texas. Did he win Texas?
He didn't win Texas.
Okay,
I
so
feel like
yeah.
Texas, they would vote for Billy.
He would have lost Georgia. He would have lost New Hampshire. He would have lost Ohio. And maybe that's all. Because
I
all
don't
the
know,
other
man. I
states-
think New Hampshire likes the Y's.
New Hampshire sounds like a Billy state.
Yeah, they sound like a.
I think
That sounds mean to say.
the thing is, he could not win. He didn't win Texas. I think just because George Bush was from Texas, so they're all voting for their boy.
Yeah.
So
hometown.
Yeah, what if it
yeah.
was like Georgie Bush? What if he went by Georgie?
that would have. Well, then he couldn't win either. Because at least, in fact, he
Couldn't win.
And I'll go by this. He couldn't even win a general election, no matter what, if he went by Georgie. Because Billy at least is like something.
Georgie.
Because here's the thing, William. People go by Billy who are named William, and I don't. I would not vote for one for president, but I understand why. It's like a fun name or whatever.
Yeah.
No one goes by Georgie, so I would
No,
not.
yeah, that would be quite unique.
Yeah. So Bill Clinton, he's lucky that he didn't go by Billy because he never could have been president if he did.
It's a crazy claim, but okay.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I mean, would you vote for Billy Clinton? I know you're talking about like the guy. I mean, like just like let's assume there's a separate guy named Billy Clinton. Would you vote for a guy with that
I
name?
would need to know what he stands on, in
Okay.
terms of actual.
All right. Well, there you go. The
Just
fact-
off of names, I would
Yeah.
go no.
Well, I'm sorry to Bill Clinton because he can't, I don't think he's going to win this next election now.
Yeah.
He started going by Billy, and it's really hurting his
it's gone, yeah,
credibility.
he's
Yeah.
done.
So moving on from Billy Clinton, I was going to talk about what I've been up to the past 2 weeks, which is not a lot, but I wanted to talk about the rural reporting plunge because I went on that, and there was some funny stories about that. So what that is, Mikey already knows what that is, but I'll just explain
I
it.
don't know.
So it's this thing where they encourage most members of the Murrow College to go on this thing where they'll go to a random, or it's not random, but a small town either in Washington or Idaho. One was in Oregon actually, and like report on some news, find new stories going on there. And it's not mandatory to report on stories, but it's encouraged because that's the point, I guess. And you don't even need to turn them in anywhere. So it's basically just a free vacation. Well, it's not free because you have to pay for your own food, but they'll like reimburse you and stuff. I didn't eat much there, so I just like bit the bullet. I'm not gonna ask for my money back on that. So
What'd you eat?
I just ate I ate a chicken sandwich, and then I was pretty. I'll get it to why, but I was pretty.
But where? From where? Chicken
It was like a
sandwich from where?
sit-down restaurant. They didn't have any like fast food.
Oh, it's just a random.
Fried or grilled?
It was a fried chicken
Okay,
sandwich.
good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a beer there. That was cool.
Whoa.
Wait, so is there one in spring or is this only for fall?
I think it's only for fall. Although
that-
they're talking about, I'm not exactly sure on the details here, but I think they're talking about doing like a class where it's kind of like a class version of this project.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I would have signed up. That sounds fun. Where?
Yeah.
What city did you go to?
So we went to, officially we were assigned to my group, because you're in a group for it, to Plummer, Idaho is the name of it. But we drove through for like 5 minutes and realized it was not that great. So, I mean, no offense to the town, I'm sure it's fine, but we realized we weren't going to get much material out of this. So we went to this place called St. Mary's. So I was at first not going to do this because I've been told about it like every year I've been here. And except for my freshman year, because I don't think I was part of the Murrow College then, but it's every year since, and I just never really wanted to do it because I don't want to write a bunch of stories, even though I work for the newspapers. That's kind of weird, but then I was just kind of like told by a lot of people I should do it, so I finally figured, fine, I'll do it. But I told at the newspaper office that I told the editor-in-chief, like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna write anything. I'm just treating this as like a vacation for a few days. And I don't even know if I'm going to try to write anything. So I just got to be honest with you. But I did end up writing something, but I'll get into that later. So it was the day after we did our show. So it would have been 2 weeks ago tomorrow is when we left, and sometime in the afternoon. And it was, I don't think they would care, honestly, because they're not listening. But I'm not going to say the names of the other people just because maybe they don't want me to. But there were people I knew, except there was this one guy I didn't know, but he was fine. So it's all right. And you had different tasks as well you had to do. Like there was a driver. Someone had to be the driver, which was not me. Thank God. I don't remember if it was you could say what you don't want to do or not, but I did not want to drive, so I didn't drive. Luckily, and I was the gear manager is my cool title, which meant I got to watch the camera. You know, that was kind of cool.
No, I've never seen you drive. Are you good at driving?
I'm okay at driving,
Okay.
but I didn't. But the thing is, you had to sign up for your role before you even knew where you were going, and it could be as much as I think our drive was literally like an hour and a half. So I'm not a good enough driver to where I feel confident driving for that long.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not. I think the longest I've ever driven for continuously is like 45 minutes, probably.
Really?
No, it's been longer than that, actually. Technically, I think the longest was ever like an hour or something like that. So I don't trust myself enough to drive for an hour. And they said it could be as much as like 2 hours. So I didn't even know where I was gonna go or where we were gonna go at first. So we went to St. Mary's, and I gotta say, so first of all, it was the longest I've ever been in Idaho, because I've only ever really been in Idaho to driven through a few times. And so I'm going to say, first of all, about Idaho, and since it's like deep in Idaho and not just like Moscow or something. Yeah. I got to say, first of all, it is like the guns over there are like crazy. Like they sell guns at gas stations there.
Like a 7-Eleven or something.
Man.
I'm serious. Yeah, they sell, and it's because I've only ever been to 3 states besides Idaho and besides Washington, which are Oregon, because I used to live there, California, and I stopped over in Utah one time for like a flight. Or no, twice I did, actually.
Salt Lake?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've been to Utah technically, but I can't really speak on what it's like because I've never been outside in Utah.
You're a West Coast boy.
Yeah. I would like to. I almost went to Florida once for like a trip for school,
Florida's
and then COVID happened, so that never ended up happening. Unfortunately, and it would have been again in like Disney World most of the time or something, so it was not going to be a very well-rounded view of Florida. Yeah. So I could never, even if I went there, I couldn't speak on what Florida's like. So in Idaho, they sell I thought and maybe it's because in Washington, I think I've been to one place before that sells guns in the entire state, and in Idaho, they sell them everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And they don't even just sell like small. They sell like real like Kennedy killers in there.
Rifles.
Yeah,
Rifles,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like someone could like.
Let me ask you this: which if you were to purchase one over there, which would you get, Josiah?
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about it.
Really?
Because I didn't see how much they were at first. And maybe I could buy a small gun, and I mean I don't know
Like
where I'm gonna assume. I don't know why I would jump to this crazy conclusion, but that the school won't let you keep guns in your room.
Well, yeah, it's a federal campus. I don't think they want. Yeah, no way.
So I didn't know what I was gonna do with it.
Yeah, you can't really keep it.
I guess I assumed I would just keep it like hidden somewhere. But the thing is, that would be okay. But then if someone like checks my room, and the funny thing is, less than a week later, for an unrelated reason, I did have someone come into my room because I needed something checked. Yeah. And if they saw a gun in there, I'm gonna assume that would have ended like great.
Well, you could have kept it at your house. You just visited your house, right, for your bubble bath.
Yeah, I could.
You could have brought home your handgun.
That is true. I guess I didn't think that far ahead what I would have done with it if I bought it. But then I saw a small, I wanted to buy like a revolver or something because that's like
a full-on revolver. That's a good choice.
That's very Idaho-y.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because that's the kind of gun James Bond has. Those kind of people.
I just could not see you packing a revolver, man. Like you just want it in your waist. Yeah.
What if I bought one? You bet your ass I would have brought it in the studio as like a
you put it on the table.
Yeah, it would just be on the table. And if we're disagreeing about something, like, oh, are you sure? You sure you want to?
Yeah, you're just gonna look at it.
You
seem to me more like a kind of a Glock guy. I don't know why. I think it's the jacket.
Oh well,
the leather jacket.
I think Austin's more of a revolver, right?
Yeah. I could see Austin.
Because Austin, he wears a suit all the time now, so he is like James Bond.
Yeah.
Like he has one of those underarm gunslings.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't even be concealed. It would be open carry with him.
Yeah, I mean Austin, if he was here, he would put the gun on the desk, and just
he's done that. Actually.
And he wouldn't do it as a threat. He would just do it as he's talking about whatever, and then he just has it there. So, yeah, so if he has a gun, then whip that out, boy. Come over here and whip it out.
Okay.
There. So.
But anyway.
So back to we were talking about the gas station guns.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it and I was thinking, maybe I could buy one. And then I saw the price and it was something like $450 for a gun.
Yeah, around $500 for a good one.
So I assumed it would be, because I know nothing about this, $100 at the most.
Well, so wait, you were looking at the handguns or rifles?
The handguns.
Handgun's going to be more than 100. A good one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and I know that now, but I don't know. I assume probably it would be over 100, but I assume maybe like 200.
Yeah.
And if it was that price, honestly, I would have bought one.
Well, yeah, it's more like 300.
I don't know if they would have reimbursed me for it, but
I don't think
you
so.
could have asked the Murrow.
Yeah, people were getting reimbursed for stupid. I think people were getting reimbursed for like beers and stuff.
That would be awesome. You should somehow write an article on it and be like, I had to get this for my article. My revolver.
And honestly, I could have done that, and I'll explain why. I'll explain why at the end, but I think I might have been able to pull that off.
Yeah.
Well, if it was,
you could.
The main reason I think I couldn't is just 'cause of how much it would have been. If it was cheaper, I definitely could have, I think.
But do you think your group would want to drive home with somebody who just went
Well,
to the
he
gas
doesn't have to
station?
tell him.
Well, they would have probably. Well, the thing is, the group. I didn't really make this clear, but the group was pretty much staying together the entire time, so they knew I was thinking about it. So, and I think
You
they
were
would have.
thinking about it.
And okay, that would have been the craziest thing anyone bought there if I bought. But people were buying like clothes and stuff. I don't know why I bring that up. As a
That's
good
not like a
comparison. That's not a good
revolver.
comparison. But I'm just saying people bought stuff besides just food. I don't think they were looking to get reimbursed for that.
Yeah.
But, well, some people were getting reimbursed for, I don't know if they actually got reimbursed, but they were looking to get reimbursed for beers and crap. So I honestly think like the gun would have played a part in an article I would have written. So I think it wouldn't even been the dumbest thing you could have got reimbursed for.
Was this overnight? So did you stay at a hotel?
Yeah, it was overnight.
Okay.
So, moving on from the gun thing, the only other thing I really noticed about Idaho that was interesting was that it was kind of like Western Washington, where like, well, you guys have both been to Western Washington. Well, obviously Jack has because I've been there with him, and Mikey, you've been to Western Washington, right?
Yeah, I lived there.
Oh yeah, I've heard that you told me you lived there before, and I think Dougie lives there too. So
Yeah.
we all kind of know Western
He's a
Washington.
Bellevue boy.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gave away where he lives. People are gonna find him now.
I did give his address.
Yeah, he's there right
253.
now, and he said, "Don't give it away." So,
No,
all
he
right.
didn't.
Yeah, he said that. But anyway, there are it's a nicer environment than this part of the state, in my opinion, because it's like all plains and stuff right here, and in West Idaho, it's like a lot more like tree.
Yeah.
There's a lot more trees.
It's more green.
Yeah. And so that was, oh yeah, and by the way, one other thing I noticed about Idaho that was pretty funny, like deep into Idaho, which I kind of expected, but I didn't know, which is there was like a lot of like Trump stuff there. Like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like, and it was like kind of funny, like
It's a
because
red state,
there was
yeah.
a lot of it. And I'm not saying, like I expected that because it's a red state, but I didn't expect as much because I guess like Washington's technically like a blue state.
Yeah.
Although it's really not Washington's not really as liberal as people think it is when you think of it, because it's only like there have been times it's been close. That's not even that long ago. It just usually happens to vote like Democrat, but it's not as liberal as people think, I don't think. But
Yeah, I think people just take the final result as like, oh.
Yeah.
They just that's what they take
in
from
the
it.
presidential race, it usually is like votes for the Democrats by like 10 or so %. But in the governor race, like not even that long ago, in like 2012, I think was the last time, it was like the closest governor race in like the country. So it hasn't even been that long since we like could possibly have a Republican governor. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. Idaho, I think, is a lot more like it votes for the Republicans and by a lot. Yeah. So Idaho, I didn't really expect that, but it was kind of funny that it was like everywhere. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect, but again, it's partially because I barely have left because most of the West Coast states are like Democrat states.
Yeah.
So
Blue.
yeah. So anyway, off of that and like the general observations of Idaho. So we did stay in a hotel, and the kind of funny story was, so we went to a bar that night. Because the first day we decided we're not going to do anything because we just wanted to come to the town, like check it out and all that. So we went to a bar that night, and there were this group of the craziest, I guess I'd call them northern rednecks is the term I'd use for them there.
Yeah, like
And
cowboy rednecks.
And the funny thing is, they were like they weren't rednecks where they were like older, like in their 40s or 30s, like you might assume. They were maybe 5 years older than us at most.
Yeah.
So they were probably about Jack's age, honestly, because Jack's a bit older than
23.
Yeah, you're 23. I'm 22. There's a really big difference
I
between
think it's
the two
just
of
the
us.
beard.
Yeah, Jack, he pulls off a beard pretty good. I could not pull it off as well as he did.
I like your beard. I like your facial hair. I do.
I don't have a face.
Sometimes you pull it out.
I don't like it, but I appreciate it though.
I like it.
I'm the only one here who can't rock a beard, unfortunately.
I think you could rock a goatee though.
I
I
do
did
too.
Well, that was what I had by the end of the year. That was the last facial hair I had. By
Yeah.
the end of the year, I was kind of doing that. Now I don't have one anymore. Sometimes I think about bringing it back, but maybe one day, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so these, there's a group of maybe 4 or 5 of them with their like some of them were married with their wives, and one of them comes up to me and he's clearly just like pissed to drunk, and he
Yeah.
comes in and he says, "Hey, I heard you have weed on you. Would you like to? Is that true?" And he said, "Well, are you a cop? Are you a cop?" He says that first, and I said, "Well, I'm not a cop, and I don't have weed. I'm sorry, bro."
Who told him that? Do you think he just made that up?
I don't even know where he heard. I think
you think
just
he looked at you and was like, "This guy's got some weed."
yeah, and so I said no, and he said something, "Oh, don't worry, I have it, so it's okay. I'm not like a cop."
Because it's
trying to bust
illegal
you."
in Idaho.
Yeah, and he pulls out his little weed vape, THC vape.
Yeah.
And he kept saying it to me over and over. And I'm getting pretty annoyed because we're not doing anything at this point. We're just standing around like drinking. But he keeps saying it. And I thought one time would have been enough. So eventually I just say to him, okay, fine, you got me. I'm a cop, you know. So
You told him
and I think he was drunk enough to fall for it. He was kind of like looking around. And then one of his other his buddies comes in, bails him out. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, he's not he's just lying. You look at him, he's not a cop." I don't know what he meant by that.
Maybe it was your jacket. Were you wearing your jacket?
Yeah, I was wearing a jacket.
You look intense there.
Yeah.
So maybe it was.
I feel like he knows I couldn't be a cop because I feel like I don't even look old enough to drink personally. So I think I don't know how much training you have to go through to be a cop, but I mean, if I was like the active cop in the bar, I would not feel safe for anyone's life because I'm not guarding anyone's life, sadly. So he keeps going and going on about it, and then eventually he's like, "Okay," and he puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "I'm gonna just ask you one more time. You can be honest." Because he keeps going on like, "Oh, no, you have weed, bro. Like, come on. If you don't want to share, that's okay. Just tell me."
Yeah.
And I keep saying, "No, I don't have weed, bro." So he puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "Just be okay. Look me in the eye. Do you have weed on you?" And I'm looking at him in his bloodshot eyes and I tell him I don't have weed. And so he finally believes me.
Yeah.
So they all leave except for this one guy who's married, and I know that because that's going to be relevant later in the story. And he keeps. We're playing like pool at this point. I'm completely blowing ass at it because I've never played pool before, and he's watching, commentating on the game like some sort of discount sport commentator.
Discount Austin.
Yeah, discount. Austin would put this guy to shame if he was there.
Yeah.
But Austin's too much of a respectable human being to engage with these people. So he, no offense if he's listening right now, I'm sorry. But and then he finally says he comes over again when we're like nearly done, and he's pointing to his wife and he's saying, because I was kind of afraid because there were like women in our group, and I was kind of because these redneck guys, if they're gonna like start trying to like say some crazy crap or whatever.
Yeah.
But he says, "Oh, man, there's my wife over there." He points her out. And he's like the drunkest I've seen any of these guys. Like, I think he was like 5 seconds away from passing out. And it seems like he's friends with the person who runs the bar because he's like sitting. I think he's almost even like sitting behind the bar, really. And he says, "Yeah, she's a good girl. And he says she's very sweet and nice. And he says something like she cooks well. And then he says, and I'm not going to say the word he used, and she's got a tight and start.
Whoa!
And I'm gonna end there. You know what he said next? Yeah, there you go. And then and I just say to him, "Congratulations," because I don't even know what to say.
Congratulations! You shake his hand.
I didn't shake his hand, but I
High five him.
My goodness, Josiah.
And then but he kept asking if me and the other guy in the group were gay, and he asked if the girls were lesbians. He kept asking that, and I kept saying no.
Asking it.
He kept asking it.
These guys like they're pushing stuff out. They keep asking the same question.
Yeah, and because I'd been drinking at this point, I don't really know. I didn't know this was a bad idea at first. So I say to him finally, I'm not gonna. The other guy doesn't want me to tell you, but yes, I'm gay. I tell him that.
You just give in to them.
Well,
like, yeah, I'm a cop. I'm a gay cop.
I'm a gay cop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a gay cop in Idaho, and I didn't know what to think because these type of guys are like the type of people who will freaking.
Well, they're drunk. Right?
Yeah, they're drunk, and they're the kind of guys who say we don't like that in these parts, boy, and like tie you to a cross and stab you.
Oh my goodness.
So, and at first I'm like, okay, was that a bad idea to say that I'm gay? And then he says, "Oh no, that's okay, buddy. There's nothing wrong with that, Don't worry about." And I say, I say to him because I'm just playing along with him. I appreciate because I don't hear that enough from people, so I really appreciate. He's like, "No, I'm serious. Like, don't let people tell you that's bad."
Oh man, he's based. That's great.
Yeah, that was nice of him,
Wow.
And so then we leave, and I say to him, because at this point I know I'm never gonna be back here again, so I'm just gonna do whatever I want. I just yell to people in the bar like, "Thank you, my friends. I love you," and then we leave. And at first I thought we were gonna go back to the hotel because it was. Well, it wasn't that late. It was like 11 p.m. at this point. But they wanted to go to a different bar, and I think it was partially because of those guys. And by the way, I as well mention shout out because this was a good idea, but I just didn't want to do it. The other guy in the group brought the idea because these guys, a lot of them were loggers, and they were thinking maybe it would be a good story because they kept talking to him because he was kind of trying to like talk to them like a normal person. Yeah. And that maybe would be a good idea to do. They felt they were being like screwed over by the logging industry or something. Or something like that, and maybe they'd be good people to interview. Yeah. And I say to him, "Look, that's a good idea for like an informative piece, but I never want to talk to any of these guys again. I'm sorry. I don't care if they're sober."
Well,
or whatever.
after the things they were getting you to say, man.
Yeah, and it's not even like really a condemnation of them as people. It's just, I just don't want to see them because they think I'm gay and they think I'm a cop. So, I mean, they were nice about thinking I'm gay, so that was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how they take about me being a cop if I went into their house and saw all the weed they have in there, but because it's illegal in Idaho.
Yeah.
And so we go on to the next bar, and I thought it was pretty funny how we kind of blew those guys off because we're never gonna see them again. About 20 minutes later at most, the entire group of people goes into this bar now.
Whoa, they're bar hopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's a small town, so.
yeah, and we only went to the one next door to it, but there was another bar literally like next door.
They just walked across.
Yeah. So that was that was fun, to see me. Although they were, I think, drunk enough that they didn't even say anything to us this time.
They probably didn't realize.
They didn't recognize us.
Oh,
this
it's a
time.
gay cop.
Yeah, and I was thinking, okay, what if they come up to us and they're, oh, well, you only left because they seem kind of, and I feel bad for them for this, if this is actually how they are, because this is like sad, but they kind of seem like maybe emotional, like they might think we're like rejecting them or something. And I was ready to say, okay, I have to be honest with you guys, because they were believing everything I said. We're members of the CIA, and we're looking for terrorist suspect Obama Zin Zardin or something. And we've heard we have intelligence. He's in this town.
I could see you delivering that perfectly
Yeah,
with a straight
and I think they
face.
would have believed it. I mean, if I was like insistent upon it. So,
Well, no CIA agent would just tell you that.
but what if I
I guess
felt
they
there
are
was,
really drunk, but
yeah,
there's no way.
I didn't know the CIA agent wouldn't say that. So,
He won't tell
Yeah,
you
the CIA is
exact
like known
mission.
for secrecy. That's
Yeah.
the whole.
Yeah.
well, never mind then. I guess they wouldn't have fallen for that. They did seem pretty. They seem pretty smart, all things considered. So.
Yeah.
So we left after that, and I was pretty drunk at this point. So we all, I don't really remember the end of the night, but it was okay.
That's a good night.
And then the next day I barely ever like get full on drunk really. So the next day I like had it wasn't like really bad, but I had like a small like hangover because I just had a headache and I didn't want to eat anything. But I still did the project because we did actually get a story kind of, because we went to this like museum of the town, and that was not. I mean, it was not.
Was it pretty small?
It was pretty small. It was like the size of a house, basically,
Yeah.
and it was more like a museum of just random. I mean, I don't want to say random, but like things that were donated to them. And it was a nice museum. If I remember the name, I would shout out them too, but I don't. So it was pretty cool. I'm sure if you just look at like St. Mary's Museum or something, you'll find it. And it was cool. Although the two girls in the group actually were the ones who basically wrote that story. I think I asked like 2 questions during the interview, and that was my contribution.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the guy in the group took all the photos, so he contributed something. I by far contributed the least, but I thought at first, hey, we can put all our names on this. But then also I realized that would make me like a complete ass to suggest that because I did the
Yeah.
least out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but I did end up coming back with a story kind of, which is I wrote a story about, I wanted to know, is there anything different in Idaho you have to do to like own a gun than in Washington? Because there seem to be so many gun places that like there has to be some sort of legal difference in like what states have to do to sell guns.
Yeah.
And so from what I understand, actually, now that I've written that story, it was published actually. The Daily Evergreen did a thing on it. There actually isn't, unless I got like my information wrong, which is possible. There's not really a difference in how you can set up a store that sells guns. It's just about like where you can, how you can buy a gun. In Washington, it's harder, which you would probably expect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's the story with the rural reporting plunge. I kept typing that up like that was the reason I wasn't doing the show last week, but it actually wasn't, because I would have still done the show last week with. I was so drunk that I couldn't do the show a week from that, unfortunately.
Classic Josiah
Yeah,
show moment.
a classic. Classic.
Yep.
So that was. I would recommend people do it as long as they're like. You probably should be more committed than me, because I was not.
Buy a gun?
That, and then also to like to write a story, because I did end up writing a story.
I see.
Yeah, I did write a story. It's just you probably you should. I guess I mean they're not telling me to do this, but like I can never do it again because it sounds like I got banned. Like no, I didn't get banned. I can never do it again because it's too late for me now. This is like my last time I could do it. But that's a cool thing. You should do if you're interested in like journalism. You should do it.
Yeah.
And most people came back with like a more how would I call it, professional experience than me.
Yeah.
So
More enriching.
Yeah, more enriching experience.
Well,
so.
that's awesome. A round of applause for Idaho.
Oh, thank you. Round of applause for the great state of Idaho, people. Yeah, there you go.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, Idaho. I mean, it's a nice, depending on where you go. I mean, I'm just going to be honest, and it's not because of St. Mary's. St. Mary's is just fine as a town. I would not, go to Idaho a lot just because it is kind of, there's a lot of crazy people there. But I would say, it's no, it's not a bad. Idaho is like a decent state. You know, it's a long.
Yeah,
state,
I like
you know?
Idaho.
Yeah, I mean, when I've been there, I never had like an overall negative experience in Idaho because that was kind of. If I'm gonna be, that was kind of a mixed experience because some of those guys are pretty annoying. Not the people in the group. The people in the group are
With
fine.
the bar, the drunk
Yeah.
guys. I mean, drunk people in general.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't blame them too. Maybe when they were sober and just stoned, they would be more easy to get along with.
Sober and stoned.
Yeah.
Stoned in Idaho.
Yeah, because the guy who was asking about weed was clearly already like baked. So
Yeah.
But and that was the other thing. Why do you need any more, dude? You already got some, and you feel pretty comfortable just pulling that out in public when it's like illegal. But all right, so yeah, props to Idaho for being a wonderful state. What's the gem state or whatever, the jewel state?
I don't know.
That was Potato State.
Well, that's
It's
what it
known for
actually
its
is. But like
potatoes.
the official state nickname is like the Idaho. I mean, not the Idaho state. The gem state, the jewel state, something
Yeah.
like that.
The Emerald City.
Yeah, the Emeralds. Yeah, the Emeralds. Isn't Seattle like the Emerald City?
Well, yeah, that's the Christian line.
Oh yeah, I
That's
forgot.
like a casino or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of Christian, we're gonna get to that in just a
Oh,
minute.
boy.
Yeah, of course. I'll have to explain that to Mikey because he wasn't here on the show when we did that. But and then I'll say one of the real reason I wasn't on the show last week was because I could have. I was still in town, so I technically could have done the show. I didn't because I was leaving town the next day because it was my birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
So I left town to go like celebrate that. Well, not on the actual day because
With the bubble bath, right? You went
Yeah.
home.
Do we need to sing you a happy birthday song right now or no?
It's too
Now-
late.
now a good
I
time?
appreciate it though. Thank you.
It's too late.
It's too late. Yeah, it's war. I don't actually do anything for my actual birthday, so
Oh, really?
no, I don't.
Well, we're gonna have a party this weekend. Don't worry about that.
Okay, then I appreciate it.
Yeah, just the group.
It was my birthday last week, Josiah. So yeah.
it was
so,
your birthday last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jack said
We
that we're
missed
doing
too.
like a whole we're going to Safeway when
gonna get a
Austin's
cake.
here.
All right, yeah.
Because
let's
Austin's
do it.
coming tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know it's Austin's birthday tomorrow?
No, it's
Actually.
No, I just made that up.
Okay, dude, you got me
Not.
way
We're gonna
too
do a
excited
group-
for a second. I was like,
group
yeah.
bubble bath.
Yeah, group. Yeah, we should take a bath together.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we all?
Photo
fit-
will be posted on.
I don't. What is your bathtub look? I haven't seen. It's gonna be. First, it's gonna be in your bathtub, right?
Oh,
At your
Do you have a
That
bathtub?
thing is too small.
I don't have a bathtub, so
Dude,
at my apartment. So.
Nothing's too small for a bathtub.
For real, yeah. Have you tried cramming people? in?
Stack it up.
Yeah, have
Like
you
some
tried?
pancakes.
We could
and
do
flapjacks.
a thing where one guy faces this way, the next guy faces that way with the
Like
legs.
Jenga.
Yeah, like Tetris, trying to fit everyone in there.
We only need to fit
Lincoln
5
logs.
people.
Yeah, we only need to fit 5 people. What, the three people who live in your apartment haven't had a bath together yet?
No.
That's like
Talking about no, you can't.
how have you not?
It's me, Doug, and no. Anyway.
All right, we're,
New subject.
Moving on.
all right, we're moving on from that.
Mikey is dying.
But yeah.
Anyway.
But now I'm just kind of before we go to the Christianity, I'm just curious. So what day is your birthday?
October 9th.
October.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
You gotta
dude,
Take
it's
a
just-
breath, bro.
Is it-
Open a window.
wait, what year? What year were you born?
2001.
You were born in 2001?
Yeah, I took a gap year, so that's why I'm still in school.
Oh, okay.
I
So
should have
I'm-
graduated last year.
I thought I was older than you. I don't know why. I thought you were 2003.
I act
2000,
younger than
man. I'm
myself.
2000.
Yeah. What day were you born in 2000?
December 27th.
So you don't get anything for your birthday. 'cause
Well,
it's
yeah,
not-
my
Your birthday is so forgotten, probably.
My older brother used to give me just one thing. He's like, all right, counts for both.
Oh, that's how my brother.
No,
my brother
I
gets
don't.
me too.
I don't really. I'm a big gift guy. I just like the cake. You know what I'm saying?
My dad's birthday is in December, but it's like 3 weeks out from Christmas, and he still doesn't really get anything. Or he didn't. I don't think he got a lot when he was growing up.
Yeah, it's overlooked.
And I'm not trying to like put out a conspiracy theory, but I think my dad's parents because I think all their kids were born in December. Like my dad and all his
A
siblings.
conspiracy theory.
I think it was like they meant to have that happen, so
Yeah.
they wouldn't have to. Which is fair.
Oh, they
enough,
timed it.
Yeah, they timed it.
That'd be a crazy thing to time.
I mean, because most people. Well, I'd say about 50% of kids are probably timed, and the other 50% aren't. So it's
How many
like-
kids how many siblings does your dad have?
He has 2.
Wow, so 3 kids all born in December. Yeah.
Yeah, and within not within the same year, but within like a week of each other, I think. Because my dad's birthday is December 6th, and I think his sister's birthday is December 1st, and then his brother's is December 8th, I think.
Oh yeah, they
So-
definitely. I think you're right, Josiah.
Yeah. So maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know, but I don't want to ask him that. Actually, that's probably he won't want to answer that. But I want to ask him did you ever talk to to our grandparents about that? If that was planned? He's not going to answer that. But yeah, well, I'm sorry now. I feel like a jerk because we were talking about my birthday in our group chat and all that for a while, and we never talked about yours. And I feel like a
No,
jerk
I
now.
purposely don't say my birthdays because I don't like my birthday.
Yeah.
Now we all know.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah. You know who else was born on October 9th? John Lennon was born on October 9th. Did you know that?
I looked.
Oh, you did know that?
I was a huge John Lennon fan back when I was
nice.
little, so I always would be like, I'm John Lennon.
Yo, nice. Yo, his son was born
You
on
sound
October
just
9th
like him,
too.
yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I wonder if he would plan for that.
Huh.
That'd be cool.
Wow.
You know, shout out to John Lennon.
Yeah, shout out to John Lennon.
Shout out to him. You were the only one of us who was alive for 9/11. Did you know that?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was.
So what were you doing that day?
Well, I was probably playing with some building blocks. I don't know.
Okay, all right. You weren't.
I looked at the TV.
No one yelled like, "Turn off the TV."
Okay.
No one yelled that to you.
You know, maybe they did. Maybe I was looking
Yeah.
up like.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Well, that would be cool at all. But it'd be
That would
kind
not
of
be
if
cool.
someone tasked you as like 9 months old to turn on a TV, then and you could do it.
couldn't. Yeah, if I could do it, I'd be Einstein.
Yeah, you'd be little Einstein. Yeah.
Baby Einstein.
Yeah. And how come you were alive? So why weren't you at my birth? You know, why weren't you there?
That's weird to think that like I was stumbling around while you were just a little.
It's kind of weird because we're all like
amoeba.
basically. Well, I feel like Jack feels older than us just because he's like the closest thing to a leader here. Yeah.
Well,
I would
just
follow
older.
Jack in anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything.
He was
I-
like the leader of 560, I would say. He's the one who bought the poster of the
Of the wolf.
Oh yeah, the wolf, the Game of Thrones wolf. That
Yeah.
was fun. That was fun.
So it's kind of weird because now, besides that, we're all basically with it, like give or take a year or so, we're all basically the same age.
Yeah.
Except the funny thing is that when I was like 2 or something, Jack was already 4 and he was super advanced.
I
you
was
know?
rolling around.
Yeah.
In my Bugatti. Wait, so, Mikey, you'd follow me into battle?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think we all would.
Well, all right. That's noted. I'll
If
take
you wanted to
notes
go
there.
hike on the Palouse right now, I'd be like, why not?
The thing is, I know this is like the name of the show is just the Josiah show, but I'm just gonna be. I think you're the main character.
That's not true. That is
Yeah,
not.
I
True.
feel like you're the main character. When I only talked for like 20 minutes, nearly uninterrupted, because I had a story to tell. When you have a story to tell, you can do that too. So, but yeah, that was. I don't have anything else to say about my birthday or whatever. We can move. So,
What's your favorite? Oh, sorry. What's
no,
your
you go.
favorite cake?
What's my favorite? I like
Flavor.
I like a good ice cream cake. Does that count?
Ooh.
It's pretty good. That's what I had for my
Interesting
last
choice.
birthday.
What type of ice cream cake? Like
Pass
flavor
on.
I had
wise?
this nice Reese's one. It's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You are a peanut butter guy, aren't you? Because you got the peanut butter one at that one store, that cake. You ate it in the car.
No,
couple
that wasn't a peanut butter one.
Oh, that wasn't
a-
peanut
That was
butter?
a red velvet one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was.
put ice cream on my cake. You know I don't have with ice cream.
Yeah, so that was what I. My birthday was pretty good, you know. I
Mm.
mean, well, my actual birthday was yesterday, and it was just a normal. I just went to work, and
Happy
that
birthday.
was about it. I appreciate it. Thank
Wait, you said it was too late. We could still sing it. It's still
I
fresh.
would sing it.
you. We'll do that at the end of the show.
Okay,
So-
at the end.
So so Jack, what was that thing? Go back. What were you saying about the Emerald City? Who said that again? Who said
Oh
that
yeah,
line?
Christian Weston Chandler.
Well, I'm glad you bring them up. So now, moving on the show,
Is
we
it
got-
Christina now? Or
It's
just
Christine
Jesus
Weston
now?
Chandler, but the official name like Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Blue
Yeah.
Heart Sonneter or
Yeah,
whatever.
wait, Mikey, how familiar are you with Chris Chan? You don't know. You don't know Jimmy
Yeah.
Carter. You don't know Chris Chan.
Yeah,
Man.
you know,
Yeah.
you don't
Did
know.
you go to school, dude? No,
Yeah, what the
yeah.
hell were they teaching you at school, man?
What were they-
I did not pay attention in the president. Is this president we're talking about?
Yeah, Chris Chan was the 36th president. You didn't know
Let me-
that?
I might have to look this up on my phone
Well,
secretly.
okay, so Chris Chan, it's just literally too much to explain in like 10 in like
It's an
however
internet
long.
character. It's like it's a real person, but it's
Yeah.
it's an internet rabbit
So
hole.
the important thing you need to know for now is they're like a lolcow, like a lolcow, that term.
No, let me
They're
look
like
this up.
just an internet person who does a
You
lot of
gotta look it
cringy
up.
stuff.
That's a risky
know?
move.
And so Chris Chan, she, you can use whichever one. They go by any pronouns because
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is like the.
Yeah.
So she.
No, that's not.
Okay,
Chris
so you just
Chan.
showed a picture of.
That's just an Asian man.
You're-
No, no,
you're-
wait.
while I'm
Let me
explaining,
let me see.
while I'm explaining this, Jack, you pull up Chris Chan
Yeah.
for Mikey and show what Chris
I'm
Chan.
gonna do private browsing just so,
So-
I don't have Chris Chan as my.
So I'm just gonna. So Chris Chan is the creator of Sonichu, the combination of Sonic and Pikachu, which is like a
Oh.
great character, and it's like a comic, a web comic, and they're most famous now. That's a more recent. The one I saw you just showed is a more recent. So okay, the reason we keep going by he and she or whatever is because they're trans, but they go by I think any pronouns now because they have this revelation that they're the reincarnation of Jesus Christ.
Yep.
So you could say he or she or whichever one you're more comfortable with. So anyway, they're famous now because the whole Sonichu thing is like nearly 20 years at this point that Sonichu was created.
Yeah.
So that's what they're most famous for. They made a webcomic of called Sonichu, and but it's most famous because they stuck themselves. Chris Chan put themselves in it as like and made it about their like odyssey to try to get a girlfriend, basically.
Yeah.
And so recently, Chris Chan, by recently like 3 years ago now, was arrested and put in jail for a few years because it was revealed he was having sex with his own mother.
Oh no.
Who has questionable mental fitness. So
Yeah.
that's a whole thing, you know. So recently, Christian was, and by recently I mean a year ago at this point, Christian was let out of jail. I think it was on my birthday even. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that he was let out. He wasn't let out on my birthday. He came back to YouTube on my birthday. He was let out, and like we were still living together when he came out. I remember I told you about that.
Yeah, I remember you knocked on my door. You
I was
were
like
banging and screaming.
Yeah, I was like, that was the most. My brother actually told me about it. He texted me on the Quickie, which is like the Christian Wiki.
Yeah.
This quote they had of like the Shawshank Redemption, the final like monologue from Morgan Freeman about like, I hope the Pacific's as blue as it's been in my dream, from like Chris Chan's perspective. And so he was let out of jail, and he has a shop now called CWClight. Mm-hmm. Or it's just a website that has a shop on it where you can get all sorts of neat stuff like the old Sonichu comics and bags of rocks and all that. Bags, that seems like a big jump, but I'll pull up the website in a minute just to like kind of show, or I can name something for example. Like you can get the Sonichu medallions that he wears. You can get CDs
Mikey,
he burned.
It is a rabbit hole, crazy rabbit hole.
You can get the first drawing of Sonic the Hedgehog he ever did for $1,000.
Obsessed with it,
and so
he knows everything about it.
I'm not gonna spend $1,000. I'm not gonna drop $1,000, but I wanted to get some stuff from the Chris Chan website.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last show 2 weeks ago we did
Birthday gift to you.
Yeah, a birthday gift to myself because I paid for it.
Yeah, he's treating himself.
So
treat yourself.
So this about a week ago came in the mail, and I just put in our like group chat. We have Christmas came early this year, and I had to explain it to Mikey because he didn't get it at first.
Yeah, because you just sent the package.
Well, no, I sent the package, but I sent the where it was from, and I'm not gonna read the ad, even though it's like literally public information. Like he's posted his address several. It's not even his address anymore. I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't live at the old house anymore. But it's like his address. It's his CWClight, Ruckersville, Virginia. And then below is my name, my address, and it was pretty funny to get that in the mail. It was a thing where I've told people before I was thinking about buying Christian. I mean, I'm sure I've told you guys, but like other friends of mine, family, even I've considered it because my family all knows about Christian, and they always say don't because they don't think it would be a good idea for Christian to have my address.
That's true.
But the thing is, I figured it's okay because in like 3 months I'm not even gonna live there anymore. So
yeah,
it's whatever. So
give them your new address.
Secure here. So
yeah,
Christian shows up.
And also because I said this last year, and I'm sure no one's listening who thinks this, but I think I should specify because I said this the last show I did. There's like this weird view of like don't even get involved with Chris Chan stuff or else you're like looking for attention or being a troll or whatever. And look, I'm just doing this because it's funny. I'm not trying to mess with anyone.
Well, you're fascinated, but you're clearly fascinated by this rabbit hole.
Yeah, and I was thinking about doing this for a long time, so I just figured the show was the perfect opportunity because this is good content.
Yeah.
So I got this package of Chris Chan. I still remember what it is, but I'm gonna make it a surprise for Mikey, I guess.
I think we already mentioned it.
All right, this is the big. So
you got this. You sent this in the group chat like maybe 2 weeks ago, right, or a week ago, and you still haven't opened it.
I wanted to do it on the show.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. That's commitment right there.
So I'm gonna open this in just a second. All right, here we go. So, I wish I brought scissors or something because that would make it easier.
Rip it open.
All right, here we go. This is like defusing a bomb or something. It feels like how there's like it's like
we don't know what's in here.
It's like NASA grouping around for when they're about to land on the moon. Watching. All right, so here we go. Opening the package here.
We have touchdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw all this stuff away. I just realized. All right.
All right, Josiah, describe your experience. What are you pulling?
So there's a lot of bubble wrap here, and I already see it. So here is Sonichu issue number 0.
Oh my god!
The original episode, the original issue of
physical
Sonichu.
Copy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It actually feels pretty nice. It's laminated and.
Let me feel it.
Here you go. There you go. Jack
so this person made this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
and
made it by hand.
It's signed. That's pretty cool.
These are all drawn, hand drawn.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Let Mikey feel it.
Beautiful.
It feels beautiful. So that's the issue 0, the first.
It's like an actual book.
Yeah. It's signed on the inside. That's pretty cool.
Comic 0.
Yep.
It's a comic book.
Mikey, read a little bit of it because you don't know Chris Chan stuff at all, and tell me what you think about it. All right? Like just looking at it.
Loud?
Well, you don't have to, you can read it out loud if you want.
Read it out loud, please, Mikey.
Origin. Our story begins in an open field 5 miles from the city of Station Square, which is under siege by the perfect chaos monster.
Wow. Okay. This sounds. This is
intense.
Yeah.
While the Sonic Hedgehog ponders over the destruction, a wild boy Pikachu takes notice of the far-off destruction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike, I'd fall asleep to
Wow.
this, man. You
Wow.
could read me to
So
sleep.
so pass it back to Jack, and then he'll give it to me. So yeah, here it is, the beautiful hand-drawn number 1. It's pretty good. It's pretty good because Christian's tried to do this before, and it kind of looked like crap before, to be honest. How they sold
really?
it. Now it looks not bad, you know. Like honestly,
Not so bad.
yeah.
It inspires me to make something, dude. I want to make a book now.
You should, yeah.
It is all
that.
hand drawn too. It is creative.
I mean, you can't. I mean, yeah. I mean, you should.
Well, that-
There's this beautiful image of Chris Chan shaking hands with Sonichu.
Was Christian's dad really creative, and he kind of passed that down?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Bob.
I heard that. I think I watched something.
Yeah. So we'll go through this. Like we'll do a deep dive into this another day. I love how it's signed. It's beautiful. You know.
Yep.
Can I ask how much that one was right there?
$50.
It wasn't $50. It
No,
was.
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to remember. It was, I believe, $25.
Dude,
Not
that's
that
a
far
solid
off.
thing. If I'm a fan of somebody, I would buy a $25 book like that.
And so the second thing in here, I already know what it is, and I feel it. And it's
Oh my goodness.
a bag of rocks.
Bag of
A
rocks.
bag of gravel from outside Chris Chan's old house.
This was $50.
AKA the Sonichu Temple is what it's called. It has crystals in it too, apparently.
It's a nice-
I'm not going to pour it out because I don't want to put them all back.
It's
But
a
all right,
nice
I'm
little
just going to dig
sack.
around a little until I find something that's not a rock. All right, so that's a rock.
Yep. It's a nice little sack.
Yeah, it comes in a nice little sack. It is a nice sack.
So wait, this is gravel from the house.
Or like rocks from in front of the house, I guess.
You know what's crazy is that I could have been on these rocks at one point.
Yeah, because while
'Cause
I'm
I've
kind of
been
looking
there.
around, explain real quick, Jack. You did it on the last show, so you can make it quick, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so you know Chris Chan.
No, I do. Yeah, I met Chris Chan through my boy Kopitz.
Yeah, one of the first things we bonded on,
Yeah, I told him.
This is a
about
pretty
it.
big rock, actually, this one.
But that's crazy because, gosh, this is from Virginia. I'm from Virginia, and I could
Yeah,
have been
it's like
standing
a
on those
taste of home
rocks
for you.
because
Does
I
anyone-
visited.
Does anyone else want to feel the rocks?
I do.
You do? All right.
See if I recognize them.
So inside there's also I don't know why 2 is necessary, to be honest, but certificates of authenticity. Oh, wait a minute. These are like, no, there's only one, but I don't even think it's signed, or like originally signed. Okay, I'm going to read it. So it says,
There's crystals in there too.
Certificate of authenticity. This certificate verifies the authenticity of the items contained in the package of being imbued with Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu's personal love, magic, and power. And there's their signature. But it's the weird thing is the date is August 27th of this year. That's not when I bought it. And I didn't even buy it September
It's probably
27th.
packaged then.
Dude, you were not kidding. These are actual rocks.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't lie. To you.
From a gravel road.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Do you feel it? Do you feel the energy?
Do you feel
I
that?
feel like I'm in Virginia right now. Is that where the person's from?
yeah, this is. Yeah,
No, it
dude,
really
I get
makes you
that too.
feel like you're in Virginia.
Yep.
Like we're really there. So I don't know if I buy the whole if this is authentic because the certificate is completely not specific. And then it also says, thank you for buying from my shop. May this purchase bring you love and good fortune. Blessings be upon you. I feel cursed already, but I think it backfired.
He's working on it.
I'm working on it. Go in there and do it.
You upload it, you unload it.
I'm working on it. So that's what we got from.
We gotta show you that video one day, Mikey.
Yeah, do you want to pull it up now?
It's your
Do you
show.
would you like to see it? Do you know what I'm talking
I feel like we've showed it to you. No, we showed Doug, and Doug was.
Yeah,
like,
have you never seen That's My House? Okay, so let me.
He's never seen anything
Wait, are you
about
talking
Chris
about?
Chan.
Are you talking? Oh,
Chris Chan,
So okay, so this
Okay.
is. So
are you talking about that one thing that you showed me where the one guy comes in, the dad
Oh,
comes
so you have
in?
seen-
Yeah, we
do
showed him.
you want to see it again?
That's Chris Chan.
That's
Yeah.
Chris Chan.
Oh,
No, it's Christian for like 2009. It was a long time. He's like a really completely
Oh,
different
First
okay.
gen.
Okay.
First evolution.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Was there like bad words in that we can't play besides God damn was said?
No,
one time?
yeah, no. There's
Okay,
nothing.
so let's play it
nothing
real.
vulgar.
So since we're not really, as I kind of figured the segment would go on longer than it did, so
Yeah.
we'll just play this real quick.
Well, we gave you the backstory, Mikey, where
Yeah.
it's this is from a house. He
Yeah.
filmed a
Oh,
house
wait,
tour video, and the house was a mess, and the
Mm-hmm.
father is worried that the health department's going to shut down their house.
Yeah. So Chris Chan filmed a house tour.
And this guy is the one that got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bob Chandler's passed away now. So
Yeah.
It's like so
Rest
weird
in
how
peace.
different things were back then to how they are now.
When was this?
2009.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize it was that old.
Yeah, it was.
15 years ago.
Yeah. So
What a great. Video.
I'm gonna play. I think maybe people who are listening have heard it. So you listen, and you decide what you think about.
Yeah,
this
you
classic.
decide.
Yeah.
Right in.
This does not even deserve a captain's log introduction, because this is dead serious.
Yep.
The inside and outside
Outside
tour I
tour
did
done
a few months ago of my house. Everyone here, my mother and my father are angry at me. They're
He's
blaming
losing it?
at me. It's my
He's losing
fault. I admit it's my fault. I want everything about
Oh yeah, he makes
the house.
demands. He puts it down.
The internet. I'll send in detectives. I'll send in police. I'll send in
everything in my power.
Everything's power.
Get it off the
And here he
internet.
comes.
This is the sitcom moment.
Yes.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Shut that goddamn thing off.
You shut that thing off.
I don't care what you do.
I don't care what you do.
He's got an
Get all
Obama
that
cadence.
stuff off of there.
Obama cadence.
Nice.
Yeah, what you
I'm
do?
working on it.
I don't care
Go
what you
work
do.
on it.
I am
Do
working.
you
Oh, let me be
realize?
clear. I don't care what you do.
Do you realize something? Let me tell you. If the health department of Greene County sees those videos that you put on the damn internet,
Damn
they
internet.
could condemn our house, and we would have to move out of it.
Move out of it?
So you go
Alright,
get
that's
that
enough of that.
goddamn.
Alright.
You get the general
You,
idea.
you get the idea, yeah. Curse the trolls, peace everyone else.
Yep.
So that was a classic Christian
That's one of my.
goof.
Yeah, that's a.
I
great
did
video.
not know by you guys showing me that like a month ago.
You didn't know it was Christian.
I thought that was something
We probably just didn't
different.
even remember the name because it's not really specific.
And then now we're here in present day, and I'm touching rocks from his
From
house.
his
yeah,
house,
how times have changed, you know.
It's a
And I
spiritual
find out what he
experience.
got arrested for. That's also
Yeah,
insane.
Ooh, yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's
So-
the worst part.
So we're a little bit halfway through the program now. Yeah, it's like 6:10 now.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna. What we'll do is we'll do these two quick little goofs I put in the intro, and then we'll go to the. We'll close out with the Minion dating.
Oh
game.
yeah, we got to figure out where Mikey stands.
Yeah, don't tell me what you guys got, so I know. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like totally different.
Yeah.
and
See if
we'll
we have similar taste in minions.
So first, I'm gonna tell you that these two things are kind of related. I think I found the worst movie title and the worst YouTube video title of all time, and they're not related at all. But it's just to show that titles have gotten just like way worse for stuff. So first of all, there's this movie coming out, or it's not. Maybe it's not already out. And here, don't look. I'm gonna surprise you with it. All right, so don't look at like the screen.
Okay,
and I
I'm
look
not-
it
we're
up.
not
all right?
looking.
We're not gonna watch. There's a trailer out, but I'm not
No
gonna watch
peeking,
it.
Mikey.
Yeah.
I won't.
So and I saw a meme of this earlier because it's pretty funny. And it has gotta be the worst title for a movie ever. So drum roll, please. Oh. It's none other than My Freaky Family. That's the name of a new movie that's coming out. Have you heard of this? My
This is
Freaky
brand new?
Family.
This is brand new in the modern day.
Anybody that we may know as an actor that's in there?
Did he?
I honestly don't. Let's go to the IMDb real quick. So yeah, this movie's called My Freaky. The word freaky is just completely like ruined. So it's kind of so. Who
Oh
are the
yeah, they have no. Like,
We-
you got to realize that what that word means
Yeah.
in the modern context.
So we got in this wonderful cast of characters. We got D. Bradley Baker. I don't know. I just bring that up though because he's a well. Oh, okay. So here's what he's played. He's played Squilliam. He's the voice of my boy.
He's the
Squilliam.
voice of Skrill and Captain Rex.
Squilliam
Yeah.
Fancy
Oh
Stuff.
my god!
Apparently, he's the voice of the fish from American Dad.
and Perry the platypus.
Yeah, some character from The Last Airbender.
It's a stacked
and-
cast.
Can you really give a voice to Perry the Platypus? Like,
How
just
did he
record,
do
did
it?
he ever- did he ever
record it
talk?
once.
No,
No,
he
yeah,
did
just
that little-
record it once and then you're done.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
So-
you gotta ask him.
He plays Dad in My Freaky Family.
You know, I think we're just
Apparently-
the tainted
No, he
ones.
plays Max. He plays Max.
Okay.
Jeff Bennett plays Dad. So I don't know any of these guys. So according to the description on it's like a paragraph long. I'm not reading all this, but it's about Betty Flood, who's a budding magician and magical being who just wants to be like the rest of her fabulous but very different family. So why is her magical? I'm just reading the whole thing. I'm gonna stop. So it's about her freaky family. That's the point.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're the ones that are corrupted here. You know, it's
No,
a
I'm
kids movie.
Well, here's the thing. All right. So if we're going back here,
There's just so many other titles you could use. My
Yeah,
Crazy
it is.
Family, My Goofy Family.
You know what? Well, why? But it's a like you could say like My Magic Family or something.
yeah, that would be way better because I think they put freaky because they both start with F, so it like sounds.
Yeah.
But you could have been like My Magic Family. That starts with an M. That's
Yeah.
like my. You know, they could have done anything like that.
It's pretty tone deaf for nowadays.
Yeah, My Freaky. And I know we're like sick bastards, so of course we're like fine. Okay, I found this. So and Mikey seems to well. Well, Jack,
Mikey's into what? What are you
no,
about to
no,
say?
I was say Jack. You're the one who's like most like.
What?
This isn't that bad, right? No, I mean you're the one who's
Oh, I
going
thought
to
you were saying the most freaky. I was like, well,
No,
you
yeah,
know
I was
what? I
gonna
can't
the most-
defend myself.
Well, I don't know. Man.
There is a time. One time, my aunt said freaky, and I was like, I don't think you know what freaky means. And
Well, like freaky is just like scary, right? But
Yeah.
in the modern context, it's like oily, you know.
And when did that? Like, when do you think? When do you remember first starting to see freaky as like the way it is now?
Like you're a freak, like in that
Super
kind of
freak.
context.
Yeah.
super freak. Super freak. I would say for me, middle school.
Oh, so it's been that long.
There's a Doja Cat song called Freaky Deaky, right?
Freaky.
I didn't really know.
Radiating.
I
You're
believe
not, you're not a big Doja Cat guy.
No,
Dude,
I know you.
You
are.
know who? Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack. We know Jack
Well,
And
is.
you were
In
saying you were a
many
fan of
ways.
Doja Cat before she was like famous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Was
yeah.
that sophomore year?
It was sophomore year of high school. Yeah.
Damn, so you're like a real fan.
Oh well, yeah, man. I'm
Jeez, dude, you're day
big
one.
Doja Cat
You're
fan.
not.
Yeah.
You're not one of those bandwagoners who's just jumping on.
Well,
now. You've been a fan since back in
I
the
don't
day.
like to think like that, but I did discover before like she fully blew up, which
So
is
there you
crazy
go.
to think about. Yeah.
You know. So there you go. You're a big fan.
Well, yeah.
So
She's a
I was
great
gonna say
artist.
I only started thinking of the whole freaky thing a few months ago maybe. So
really,
that's
you realize the freaky thing?
yeah, I
few
never
months
used the word
ago?
freaky like that.
Really?
And here's the thing,
You
I
used to call
guess-
me a freak all the time.
I called you. Well, I use the word freak. I feel like I use the word freak a lot, but not in that context.
Like the freak show.
Yeah, I use it more like that. I use the word freak all the time, because I was using it back in September, like or in August, when I was talking about freak shows.
Yeah, I remember.
And I still think that way.
remember
So
your whole hill you died on.
yeah, we'll that'll be a debate for another show.
Yeah, we'll
But-
keep that in the back pocket.
But basically, freaky. I never thought of it in terms of like freaky ass something until like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a compliment. Back in my middle school, at least, that was like a compliment you would give.
Freak.
Would you give women like, man, dude, you're freaky? Like,
Wait, that's a compliment.
You were
to
saying that to girls. in
Like-
middle
back-
school?
like back in
depends on
middle
your
school that-
preferences.
huh?
Doesn't it depend on your preferences?
Well, I'm saying that was like a lot of the girls in my middle school. That was like a compliment. That's how you kind of like you would slide.
Did you compliment them?
Well, I was, you know,
Oh,
if
he's
I'm
not
sliding in
denying it.
if I'm sliding in a DM and I'm like, wow, you're
Whoa.
super freaky, you know, just something like
You
that.
used to slide in with that. Yo, you're.
It didn't
super
work half the
freaky.
time.
Ooh, dang, Mikey. I respect it.
Damn. All right.
Damn.
Damn.
okay.
All right,
Calm
so, but I realize now that I think they made it. I think it's based on like a cartoon show or something, because on IMDb you can also find my freaky family. Welcome to my world. I don't know if this is like the same thing. Oh, well, it has the same. Yeah, the same guy is in it. So I guess this is what it's based on something.
Okay.
So I guess they
It's been
couldn't.
around.
So they couldn't change the name, I guess. But
Yeah.
apparently 16% of users like this movie.
Oh, it's already out.
I honestly don't know. I heard nothing about it till maybe 2 days ago. So
Maybe
there's an
put-
official.
maybe Google
it
release
probably
date?
is. Oh, I think I think it actually came out a while ago. I just didn't know because it's July 22nd, 2024.
Oh,
is when
in the
like-
summer.
So I guess it's like an older thing.
Yeah.
I didn't hear one thing about
Yeah,
it.
but me neither. Which proves that it was a great movie probably. But let's check. I'm not gonna watch the trailer, but I just want to see where any of the other. Oh, they turned off the comments. All right, so maybe it was actually.
My freaky. Yeah, I wonder why
Were
they
there,
turned off
were there
the
any
comments.
ones?
They
Oh,
knew what they were
it's
doing.
because it's
YouTube Kids. This is
Oh.
a kids movie that we're.
So
Oh, I've seen a trailer on this.
You have?
I think so.
You've seen the Freaky
Oh.
Family?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen.
the
Oh,
sound's
never
not
mind, I
on, so you can
haven't-
keep
yeah.
talking.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, you
never-
haven't?
I haven't heard of this.
I thought I saw a trailer. of
What
that, but
studio made it?
Pivot Pictures, apparently. Which
Oh,
Definitely not Pixar.
I've got to be me. Music from my freak. All right.
okay.
International Women's Day. Celebrate like Miss Marks. Like Karl Marx's wife.
Yeah.
Celebrate like her. Don't divide the flowers amongst your
Did you know
family.
Karl Marx's
Was he a freak?
grandchild right now has a parkour video on YouTube and it's got like hundreds of thousands of views.
No,
And
really?
he has
What's
his
the-
name's.
let me look it up. What's the name of this guy?
His name's like Crazy Marx or something. Like he goes by his. Look up Karl Marx parkour.
All right.
And it's his grandson. And he's playing off of, and all the comments are like, yeah, this is the workers' revolution. This is the workers'
Oh,
parkour.
there he is.
What's his name? Exclamation marks. Yeah.
His real. That's
Is that spelled out? Is exclamation mark spelled out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
MARX, like Karl Marx. You know who Karl Marx is?
No.
You
the
don't know
guy,
Karl
the guy
Marx?
who made communism.
He's a communist.
Oh, really?
manifesto. He wrote like he designed the whole.
Like
Yeah.
before
I don't think he designed the
the
whole
before the
system.
world leaders who try to do communism.
yeah,
Yeah.
So they turned to him. He was like the first.
Really?
Yeah, he came kind of popularized.
He's
the
the
system.
OG, I guess.
He is the OG, but his grandchild now is he's a parkour master.
The floor is capitalism.
Yeah,
That's the top comment.
that's the top comment.
Finally, someone who can jump over the barriers of class division.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call mobility of the social classes.
Yep.
Yeah, those are great. I wonder what Karl Marx would think of this if he could see
I bet
it.
he'd love it. He'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, look at him go. Oh, he's good.
I'm pretty sure Karl Marx was German, right? Or Austrian or something?
I think he was Russian. I'm gonna get up.
No, that's Lenin, because Lenin and Marx were tight.
No, he was German. Yeah, he was German.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I always thought he was Russian just because I thought if he was German, then Germany would have done like the Soviet Union and not done like, the Nazis.
When did he die?
1883.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. He didn't like create those countries. Like he didn't create the Soviet Union. It was like he
No.
came up with the ideas that founded their country.
Communist.
Wait, so who's that? His great grandchild?
It must be. Like, it must be like really far, like great.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he could have a living like grandchild with how old he was. You know, because his grandchildren were probably born like the 1800s too. So, yeah, he always looked kind of like a crazy version of Santa Claus, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely
he had
that
some cool
picture's
ideas.
right next to his born date. It's like
Yeah.
colored.
Oh yeah, there's the New York Times, like a sort of Karl Marx weirder than ever.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, he inspired revolutions.
yeah,
And now his
Well,
grandson is inspiring.
there you go.
Parkour.
It's kind of funny when you see, and I'm not getting into like communism versus capitalism or whatever.
Yeah, let's
obviously.
get into that.
But I think it's kind of funny how,
Let's
you know,
get
give Karl
political.
Marx his due credit. He worked for, he didn't, because he didn't create any of those countries. He like just wrote the ideas.
Yeah, he made
So,
a manifesto for
yeah.
communism.
So he just wrote about. Well, it's kind of like communists right now, right? Because where are the communist revolutions right now? They're nowhere. You know. He took after a lot of like the communists now who just write stuff and don't actually overthrow a country. You know. So there you go.
Yeah,
you know.
well,
He was a great
There have
inspiration.
been a lot of communist countries in history.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of communism, that brings me to, I think this is the worst YouTube video title of all time. I'm not
Okay.
going to do like a drum roll for anything. So do you know that this YouTube channel, Jubilee, do you know that channel?
Oh
Yeah.
I love that channel.
You like that? So that's like, I
You
that's
like
I don't
that
even,
channel,
No, I'm not
Mikey?
saying that, like, I'm just saying like, that's like, I don't even really know that. I know they do like those political debates and all
Yeah,
that.
they do like the shock value.
Like they like do,
videos.
like a Trump supporter versus like a Kamala Harris supporter or whatever.
Yeah,
Like they do
yeah.
this kind of, so I don't even really like know the YouTube channel. I mean, I know what they are, but I've never seen. And so I'm not going to speak on the video itself because the video might be good, honestly. In fact, if you've watched it, you can tell me if it was good or not.
They do like political, but they also do non-political stuff
Yeah.
too, where it's like find the real tall person.
Yeah.
But they're all blindfolded, so you get to like
or like
Oh, yeah, they did the Find the Virgin that one time.
$10
Yeah.
fat bastard.
$10 fat bastard versus $1,000 fat.
You were
bastard.
telling me about it. That was a different video, right?
Yeah, I would watch that now, but I don't remember if it has swear words, so I can't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they made this video. Maybe it was a good video, but I think it has maybe the worst title I've ever seen for a YouTube.
What
This
is
is Can one woke teen survive 20 Trump supporters?
That's like they're throwing him
And
in
that's
the
like,
ring.
I haven't even seen the video, and I know it's like I know what they
Can
mean.
one.
I know it's the 20 Trump supporters are gonna debate the woke teen.
Yeah.
But can he survive?
Well, yeah, it sounds like they're throwing him into the
No, he can't survive. He's
circle.
got like 20 people.
What's
He's
the
not
Mad Max? You know the cage, the Thunderdome. They're gonna throw one.
If he can beat the 20 Trump supporters, they'll just declare Kamala Harris the president. And if he can't, then well, he's dead. So
That's
like
not very fair to do 20v1.
And I thought it was kind of funny because they did an equivalent of like, can one conservative debate 20 like liberals or whatever? But I didn't call it that. They called it like, because it was like that one guy, Charlie
Kirk.
Yeah, the conservative. And I think they just called like, can one Trump supporter defeat 20 liberals or something? But for this one, it's can one
That's still
woke teen
pretty
survive 20? Like, bro, of course he can't survive. He's gonna.
Survive.
Well, first of all,
It's a
and I'm not
primal.
trying to be a jerk to this guy at all, but I mean, he's got like my physique basically, so he's not gonna beat 20 people in a
300
fight.
pounds pure muscle.
Yeah, he's not gonna beat the 20 Trump supporters in a fight.
Let's
I'm
just say
sorry.
that your last leather jacket that you stretched out, you had to replace it because of how big you got.
Yeah, yeah.
You were stretching the seam.
If anything, I think I had to replace it because my muscles, what I had at all, like withered away since then.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I had to. It was too big.
Yeah, you went from 350 to 300.
So did you see this video,
5'4".
Mikey? Did you?
I
it's
have
an hour long. I didn't even notice that.
I haven't
Whoa.
seen it, but I know I've seen a lot of TikToks on it. But it's actually a pretty cool video. Both ones are, that one and the other one.
Yeah.
So it's just a cool little like. Some people get heated, but when the circle thinks you're losing the argument, so like let's say that video right there, if you so they ask a question, and then somebody runs to the chair to debate with that person that's in the middle. And then once the group thinks you're losing that convo, they put a red flag up, and then you have to go back to your chair.
I feel like if it's 20 Trump supporters, they're all just gonna go, "All right, you're instantly losing."
So
also the guy, is that the woke liberal right there?
Yeah, that's he's a famous TikTok.
He looks like the new Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah,
he's
like
Tom Holland.
I think he's like a famous TikToker that talks a lot about political.
Oh.
So they used him. He sits in there for the entire video, and then just 20 people just keep coming and coming.
So he's the woke teen.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
So this is almost long enough to where we could do a whole show just commenting. No, I'm not gonna do that.
No, that's
we do have an hour left, guys.
I'm not gonna. Maybe it's a good video, you know. I mean, I don't know if he survived. Well, hold on, let me skip to the.
I think the Charlie Kirk one got like 18 million views.
Okay, he
I
survived.
don't know if he survived.
Well, I guess
look, he killed them all.
The chairs are all empty.
Yeah, he killed them all. He
Look, he
defeated
did.
them all. Wow,
He
look
destroyed-
at him. He's a
He
champion.
murdered them all.
Yep.
I thought it was also kind of funny. I think the thumbnail. Hold on, let me look at the thumbnail. Okay, he called him one liberal teen. I don't know why that wasn't the title. Because one woke. I don't know. One woke teen. He's one. Yeah, he's not a liberal. He's just woke. You know. Yeah.
He's awakened.
Yeah, he's woken up.
His third eye.
Yeah,
He
he's
defeated 20 Trump
he supports
supporters.
Trump, but he's also like he's against. He thought the Ghostbusters remake was pretty good.
Wait. No, he's a liberal, right? He doesn't.
No, he
support
is a
Trump.
liberal. I'm just. I thought it was funny how. Like,
Yeah, I got you.
He's a woke conservative. Yeah.
Maybe not after this.
One
Not after
video
20.
that Jubilee does do that's very well was they blindfolded 6 dudes, and they said 5 of them are straight and the other one is not.
That's the thing. We gotta watch that. Yo, wait, hold on. Go. Don't do it yet.
Oh.
Yo, the gay dude walks in.
Whoa!
The 5 other ripped, jacked, beautiful men. You know. Beautiful.
What are you doing?
You're supposed to like go up when I said
Oh,
that.
sorry. I didn't know we were
You
coordinating.
completely
Listen, man, this is anarchy. This is slight anarchy.
Yeah.
You gave me this. It's mine now.
Maybe I'll buy a 2-pack for me and Josiah, and then we have all 3
Well, I
of
already
us.
have one. I just
You
didn't
can
bring it.
double
Well, I
fist
just-
them.
Yeah,
do
dude,
two.
You know. Yeah.
Oh, I need to buy a 2-pack anyway, so yeah, I'll do that.
Well, there
We
you
give
go.
one to
Maybe
Doug.
next show we all bring up our own
Give one to
whistles.
Doug.
Oh yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Also, this thing's like, it's hard to pull. I think you need to oil up my side.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's stiff
WD-40.
because I've never used it,
Yeah, I need some WD.
and it's been lying around for like 3 weeks. So
Ooh. In your apartment.
yeah,
How is
God
your
knows what's
apartment,
doing-
Josiah?
What's going on
it's
in
pretty
there?
nice. It's a nice apartment. Yeah.
You keeping it clean?
Yeah.
Well, the janitors are.
Yeah. I'm not doing.
Is it still
crap.
that? Is it still that one girl from sophomore year, or no?
The janitor?
Yeah, she's
I don't
taller and
remember what
blonde.
the janitor looks like, so I don't know.
Oh,
You never met him?
The first janitor? No, I never met the first janitor. I think I was just always out when they were
She was
here.
sweet. She was awesome.
Nah. The one we have is like she seems fine. You know, I don't know her super well, but
you should purposely make your toilet super dirty and backed up.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I'm good at
5
that.
That's-
logs.
That's vile.
I'm good at that. So,
What'd you
know,
just say?
5 logs. Just
5 logs.
You gotta earn your pay.
It's like a crock pot.
Well, yeah, that's how
It
I'm
would
looking
smell
at
like a
it.
crock pot too.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Sorry, that was off topic. But
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do.
No.
Well,
Dude, don't.
so
please.
Jubilee, I don't know that. I'm sure I've seen one of their videos before because they get a lot of views, but I don't. Mikey gave it an endorsement, so he's totally fine with watching a woke teen get ripped apart by 20.
Yep.
Ripped.
Mikey Silva.
He's totally fine with seeing their arms get ripped off like a drumstick. you know?
Yeah. It's like a zoo. It's
no
like
one lasts at the end of it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not even. By the end, it's not even like a debate. It's just there's nothing
He's
left of it
gone.
anymore.
It's red
yeah.
mist. He's red
gone.
mist.
You know, all the owner of Jubilee comes in and asks, "Yo, where'd the woke team go?" And then the 20 Trump supporters like blood coming out of their mouth.
Nobody's gonna snitch.
Yeah. Well, all right. That was. I don't know if this. Maybe the video is like awesome, but I just thought the title was, "If he can survive." Well,
You can survive anything.
He looked like he
after that.
survived. Yeah. Look at him. He survived.
Tom Holland's doing good.
Yeah. He's Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he kicked their asses. I guess they're all dead. Apparently, there's no one in the.
Well, that's what this shot makes it look like.
Yeah, I don't know what it actually. I'm sure he survived fine. I don't know.
Am I allowed to ask this question over the radio?
What question?
Would you guys rather want to take 20 liberals or 20 non-liberals? According to the video.
Like in what context?
Good
like
question. I mean, liberals
in a
are pretty,
fight?
In a fight.
passionate. They can be pretty passionate. So.
In a fight. Like, I don't know
Oh,
if
in a
I'm allowed to
fight?
ask
In a
that.
fight.
Well, I have to see them first. I
Well-
guess. I mean, like, okay, I have to be honest here.
Yeah,
This is not speaking for like their politics at all,
of course.
or like if I agree with them, but I feel like You know, actually, I don't even know because the stereotypical liberal is kind of like limp-wristed and not.
Yeah,
and then the stereotypical conservative is like fat and old. So I honestly don't know who I'd rather fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one might not have a lot of cardio, so you could just run around.
Yeah.
Both can be very passionate.
I'd rather see more than anything, I'd rather just see the conservative and the liberal fight and see.
Yeah, turn them against each other.
Yeah, turn them against.
Yeah.
And then one of them is gonna ask like, why are we even fight? Why can't we kiss and make up?
Well, yeah, we should just do that instead of the election.
Yeah, just have a
Just have a 1v1.
Yeah, Jack has some ideas about that.
How about we replace Kamala
Oh
Harris?
yeah, that was the war
Olympics.
idea, replacing war with like an Olympic Games kind of thing. Anyway,
How about we replace Kamala Harris with like a older fat guy and have them like have them body slam her and Trump body slam, and then whoever wins.
like a sumo match.
Yeah, that's what that was the whole joke when Trump first won that he's gonna do that with Kim Jong Un, like do a sumo match.
Oh
with
my
him.
gosh.
And that never ended up happening, but okay, obviously it never happened, but
Well, yeah, it never ended
Yeah.
up. Like they
Also,
were
we
planning.
don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. We don't actually.
oh
That
yeah,
could have
we don't
happened.
know.
Could have been a private event.
Well, I don't think they would because Trump talked about how they wrote love letters to each other and stuff.
Is that
so
true?
yeah, so they could never fight. He's made up with him. I don't know. Maybe they will fight if he gets back in. Maybe they'll fight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe what Trump should do is strap himself to a rocket and fly over to North Korea and put a stop to their nuclear weapon program.
Put a stop.
Yeah, put a stop to it.
Yeah, just put his foot down.
Yeah, put his foot
Draw
down.
his
Yeah,
line in
just
the
say, "No."
sand and go. All right, enough.
He like wags his finger at Kim's like, nah. You know.
Well, I don't see why he has to strap himself to a rocket to go do that. He can't just do that
He
now.
figures he has to.
He's got to make a statement.
Yeah, there you go. Right. You gotta
Rocket
play
Man.
that.
Yeah.
But that's Well, he doesn't have access to rockets right now.
That's true.
If he's president, he'll have access to rockets. So he might as well
You
strap
know
himself
what?
to
I
rockets.
think this is swinging my vote.
Yeah, all right, there you go. I kind of want to
If he
see.
promises to do that,
Jeez, I don't know. I wasn't gonna vote for him before, but now that he's talking about strap himself to a rocket,
go
that'd be
put an
kinda
end
cool.
to that whole thing.
Well, I was thinking more like that movie Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Which one?
Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, no, I don't know
Yeah,
about
you
this
know.
one.
Oh,
Not Doctor.
well, there was
not
a
the
movie
Marvel
called Doctor Strangelove, which was like a comedy about nuclear war back in the day, and there's this famous scene where a guy,
Oh wait, don't they like throw pies at each other or something?
Yeah, and then there's the scene of the guy.
Oh, yeah, he's
riding
riding
the rocket down. I kind of assumed it would be like that.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That's kind of I would want to go like that.
Yeah.
Riding a rocket and just gone.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was assuming. So it'd be like a missile instead of like just a bomb you just drop. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I
But-
could see that.
Yeah, moving on, because we might as well get to it because we have a little time left. We kind of been going on for a while. I didn't know how long it was. Although I don't know also not why it ends with the word "surrounded" in the title, but whatever. I guess.
Surrounded. No, I think that's the series name.
Oh, okay.
Like I bet the one.
I thought it was
conservative versus
like just a description of like he's surrounded.
No, yeah.
And also, I don't know what it is, but something about the thumbnail of him with all the Trumps makes me think of that meme of like the girl on the couch with the guys behind her.
no.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to laugh?
Yeah, and then the
Mikey definitely knows what you
one
mean.
woke teen is like looking like when they tell him, oh, this isn't a debate, this is something
Yeah.
else, and he just looks like he just found out. So moving on from the woke teen, we gotta do the new segment, or it's not even a new segment anymore. We did it last week, but
Yep.
Mikey was not here for it, and that segment is
Mikey, we're gonna get you right.
a crowd favorite because we've done it one time, and I thought people liked it. I liked it.
Can next week we do ChatGPT's Minion?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Throw
Yeah.
the questions in. That's a great idea. Oh my goodness.
This is a fan favorite segment of the show. This is the Minion Dating Game. We are bringing it back for Mikey this time.
The Minion Dating Show with Josiah Pike. Who will you give a chance?
Oh my God!
On the Josiah Show.
Yes, there it is, the intro for the greatest game in the world, America's pastime, the Minion Dating Game.
Oh, Josiah.
So, yep, there you go. He says the line like he always does. So this is a great.
Mikey, we're gonna figure out which
What
minion you
minion?
want to spend the rest of your life with right
Yeah.
here, right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got
Commitment.
So I have with me.
It's like
there-
The Bachelor, but it's called The Minion.
There are 7 questions to this to this beautiful show.
Golden banana.
Yeah. So what you got to find out who you're going to give the golden banana to.
Yeah.
So I have
You got
7
4 minions
questions.
here with us.
And whichever one you answer the most questions like, kind of like them.
They're actually standing here in the live studio audience.
Yeah, they're outside. They're waiting
They're
to hear.
staring
Really?
at us. Yeah, they're
Man, I didn't know
waiting,
this was a
dude.
surprise.
You can hear them. They're
Yeah,
giddy.
They're here. Yeah.
They're giddy.
So, they're wildly anticipating your answers here. So here it is.
That was one of them.
So we're going to ask you 7 questions. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So question 1. All right. So what do you value most in your minion partner? All right. So answer A, honesty. This minion will be honest with you and will take you at your word. B, excitement. This minion is a bad boy who will keep things interesting throughout the relationship. And C, wisdom. You can trust this minion to always do the smartest thing, and you can put your trust in them. Which one?
Mikey,
value
which
the
do you
most?
value the most?
And what's great about this game is it reveals who you are as a person.
Yeah.
You said the first one was excitement, but now what's the other one?
The first one was honesty. The second was excitement.
Honesty, excitement, or wisdom?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go honesty.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, all
There you
right.
go. All right. You have your first trait picked out for your minion.
Good choice.
All right.
It's like I'm like gonna build a bear or something right now.
So question
Build a
2.
minion, except for very different reasons.
Well, I think people build a bear for the same reason.
Oh no!
All right, moving on. We're moving on here, all right? So question 2. Where will you take your minion on your first date? Will it be A, the county fair, B, a rock concert, or C, the Natural History Museum? Which one will you choose?
So do we have time for me to think about the answer a little bit for not too long?
Yeah,
You could think about it for a second.
Okay,
yeah.
so county fair, museum.
Explain. You don't have to answer right away. Explain why.
Or a rock concert.
So my thing with county fairs is, I don't want to be the typical person where it's like, let me buy you that teddy bear, But at the rock concert, you
gotta
can't really
win
hear
the
them.
teddy bear.
Huh?
You gotta win the teddy bear. That's the typical thing, right? At a carnival.
Yeah, I gotta like win it and like let me get you one. I'll win it.
Okay,
for
you're not
you.
a fan.
Like I'll do it, but I'd rather not do that.
Okay.
So I'm
And
assuming
then-
the county fair's out then.
Maybe because the concert, dude, I'm like, then you can never talk to them because I'm too busy trying to. Because I like.
That's what I'm saying. It's like movies.
Well,
you
you
can't talk.
There's
Yeah.
more of a loose atmosphere at a concert.
Actually,
than
yeah,
a
you
movie.
could do a
I
little
mean, it's gonna be
talking.
hard to talk to them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
And then
that's
like the
issue.
museum part, it's like, are they going to be one of those people that are like joking around with the museum, or are they going to be serious? Because I'm more of a joker when I look at museums.
Oh,
Well, see, that's what you figure out, right?
Yeah. that's-
yeah. Although, dude, wouldn't you prefer if you're the one joking and they're the one listening?
Yeah,
No,
but
I
like
like
if
to
they're like
joke.
if they're like super serious, where they're like, why would you joke
Well,
about
not
that?
they're like, not that they're shutting it down, but would you prefer that they try to make jokes too, or that they're
Yeah.
just laughing at your jokes? What would you
I prefer both of them.
Yeah, if they're
both
either
people.
laughing or I just
because I'm kind of assuming the best case scenario happens on the date, and it's not they're just cold and won't say anything.
Okay.
So I assume let's just whatever you would prefer. Also, whatever you would prefer happens at the date happens at the date. All right.
okay. Then I'll do county fair. All right.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm
well,
craving. I've been
okay.
craving an elephant ear from the Puyallup Fair recently. So.
Oh, there you go.
What is that?
The elephant ear is like a giant thing of dough that shapes like an elephant ear, and they just put cinnamon on it and sometimes jelly.
I never had one. But
Dang.
I've heard they're good.
Yeah, they're at the Washington State Fair in Puyallup.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. So question 3. All right. So your first date with your minion goes well, and you take them home. How does the day end for you? Is it A, you think, and this is some of these aren't ideal, just to let you know, but I'm just saying. A, you thank the minion for the date, and you nervously leave, hoping not to screw it up. B, if they don't ask you to come in, you ask to come in yourself. Or C, you already begin preparing for the next date and make sure the minion knows you are interested in seeing them again.
C for sure. That's
Ooh.
easy.
That's like the
Ooh,
only one that's like a
okay,
good
okay.
answer to be, because I mean not to say B isn't a, because that's more like realistically what do you think you'll do?
B, I would be too nervous to invite myself in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
also
that's fine.
just
I mean that's fine.
kinda-
I think
it's pushy.
most gentlemen would not invite themselves in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a good answer. All right, number 4. All right, you go to meet this minion's parents. So how do you feel going in?
Yeah.
So A, I am nervous and hope to make a good impression, but I know this minion will support me. B, I don't care what this minion's parents think. I will bang this minion either way. Or C, I will try to impress the minion's parents with a few interesting facts I read off a bubblegum wrapper.
Mikey, don't lie, bro. You're going B.
I want to go B. Whoa! I want to go B. I'll go
Well,
B.
there you, all right, there you go. B,
If I was
all right.
giving a more, serious,
Oh
like,
my! You're actually saying B.
I'll go B.
There you go. All right. Well, there you
Because I think by I definitely can't go C. I hate when I meet somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend and they try to like impress me with facts. I'm like, bro, just impress me with I hate the facts. Like don't impress me by facts.
Just be a stand up. Just
so you don't want to hear like So interesting fact: Despicable Me 3 came out on July 2nd, 2017.
Like, where are my calculations?
Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh,
if that was a fact that somebody gave me, I would love them instantly. Yes, that would be okay.
Welcome to the family.
That's a fact you're gonna need to some point in your life. So it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So number 5, and this is for like kind of a personal question for later on in the relationship with the minion. So this minion starts to let himself or herself, whichever you prefer, go a little.
Yeah, they're omni.
Because they're kind of omni-gender. You can,
Gendered,
if you prefer to think of them as a woman, you can.
Okay.
How will you approach this subject to the minion? A, I will say nothing. I don't want to upset the minion, and it's his own business anyway. B, I'll yell, "Hey, fatty, lose the weight before I have to put a blindfold on when we're doing it."
Oh my
C,
goodness.
I will be nice about it and warn the minion that if he may have an increased risk of heart disease from his excess weight. So what will you do?
I'm thinking either A or C.
Yeah.
You either go
Josiah would go B.
I would not go B. I'm not that much of an asshole, all right?
Well, I gotta go back to episode 2 and see what you guys said about it.
You'd want to.
But,
I did not put B, all right?
I would probably go if it's okay. Letting yourself go, I would do A if it's just minor because I let myself go. I don't always want to work out, but if it's bad, then I'll go C. Let's go C.
Okay, so you're gonna be honest.
Well, yeah, well, that's an honest answer.
Because you still gotta live for your partner.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're showing that you don't love your partner if you can't live with for them.
Yeah. So there you go. So you say don't tell the fatty to get on a treadmill. All right. So question 6. All right. The minion tells you that he's a virgin before your first time. So how do you respond?
Virgin.
Yeah, you know how to interpret it by this point, so you're good. So you know how to speak their language because you've known them long enough, but you still haven't done it yet. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're one of those kind of guys. All right. So A, that's okay. We don't have to. This is like quotes for what you would say. That's okay. We don't have to do anything if you don't want. I'm a little nervous too. B, don't care. Didn't ask. And C, that's all right. But just to let you, that's all right.
If you go B again, bro. Oh my god.
C's what?
C's, that's all right. But just to let you know, I will be gentle if you'd like me to.
I'll go A.
Okay. That's the nicest answer.
Bringing down the pressure.
That's like the most gentlemanly.
If you said B, you'd be off the show.
Yeah.
Out of here, dude.
I gotta be on the show at least one more time.
I would pull out his revolver and put it on the table.
I'm just saying all the questions are supposed to. I mean, all the answers are supposed to be like within the realm of reason. Someone could say. That is not like a rape thing. Okay. No, B.
Okay.
That's not what it was. Just like saying you didn't care. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not saying you should. That is, I would. Neither of us.
But
said
not
that.
caring. That is non-consensual.
That is. No, I'm not saying they necessarily. He's just saying he doesn't care.
He's like saying okay, whatever.
He's not like saying like he's gonna do it. He's just saying he doesn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, but like the question isn't saying like, oh, but I don't want to do anything. It's just saying the person's just letting him know that he's a virgin.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like he might necessarily because he doesn't necessarily say the minion's not necessarily saying they won't do it. They're just saying that.
Okay.
For the record, they are a virgin. So.
Okay. Never mind.
So and but to be fair, I will say even though I kind of defended.
You're still on the show.
I did kind of defend B. I'm just saying B. I would not say B. I don't think any of us would say B.
Yeah, no.
You know?
If you say B.
Yeah. Like if you, while it's not like a rape thing, it's like B is still like you should not say B.
Yeah.
All right. So 7. The final question. How long would you like to go out with this minion before proposing to them? A, I don't know, like a few years probably. I don't want to take things too fast. B, I'd marry this minion right now, IDGAF. And C, I feel like 2 or 3 years would be best. I'd like to make sure I know this minion well before I marry them.
Which one is the longest? Is that A or C?
I think A would be the longest. It's more like it could be a while. I just need to find out.
Yeah.
How am I? Can I, in this rhetorical sense, can I say I'm my age right now?
Yeah, you can.
Then I would do the longest one. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're about to meet them. They're right outside.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. Then I'll do
it's
A.
your age right now.
So there you go.
If I was like 30, I'll do B.
So here you go. The minion you got. Based on your answers, it was one that I kind of expected once we got into it you would get. The minion for you, according to the answers.
Oh wait! Before you guys, am I going to hear your guys' before or after you guys?
Oh, you want to hear ours?
Yeah.
I can just tell you who we each got. Do you want me to tell you right now, or do you want me to
forget mine?
I remember which one you got.
Yeah. What did Josiah get?
Well, I feel like I'd fairly say who you got first because then it's like
then we can.
I didn't even list what the minion names.
Okay.
Were
Okay.
Yet, so
then
I should probably say you first. So you got Bob was the minion.
Bob.
Bob. Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
you
whoa,
don't
whoa,
like
whoa,
that?
whoa, whoa.
You don't like that?
I just, I was hoping for that short one.
Which one's Bob?
No, Bob is the short one.
Bob
Oh,
is
he
the
is?
short one.
Oh,
Yeah.
then yeah, okay, let's
Mikey,
go.
Yeah.
You
For-
found your
And
I
I'm
thought Bob
warning
was
you
the tall
right now,
one.
okay?
found your love.
You were so upset when you got Bob, you just stopped yourself from dropping a bad word, so be careful.
Okay, sorry.
I heard that, all right? You didn't say
Sorry.
it, but you almost did, all right? All right, I'm going to have to put you in timeout if I hear that again. All
Not
right.
at the corner again.
Yeah, you're going in that corner in the chair where
Don't
Doug
worry,
will
I'll
sit,
throw Bob
yeah.
in there for you.
Go to
Wink,
the Douglas
wink,
seat.
wink.
Yeah, we're throwing Bob. Well, Bob's a virgin, so you got to be careful with him, all right?
Ooh, yeah.
But Bob's the short one, right?
Bob's the short one, yeah.
Okay, then I'm
So
okay
gonna-
with that. I think
I'm
he's
gonna
the tall
describe
one.
Bob for you. I wrote down a few paragraphs about each
Hey,
of
I
them.
got the tall one.
So, no, you
better
got Bob
watch
too.
it. You better watch it.
I mean, I'm saying you got Bob too.
No, I didn't. I got the tall one.
Kevin?
No, I got the tall one. You got Bob.
We gotta pull up the footage. I swear I got the tall one.
Pull up the footage. It's a
Pull up
radio
the-
show.
I'll,
We gotta
if you're
run,
seriously
that,
that
run the
committed,
tape back.
after I read Mikey's, I will actually pull up yours if you're that committed.
I'll check later.
Okay.
And then we'll
Josiah's
talk about it next
is a
time.
journalist, dude. He knows his answers.
Yeah, you
So-
know what? I trust Josiah.
All right, well, if I was wrong and you got the tall one, then we'll revisit it. But
Then I get the show.
then you get the show. All right?
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
kids,
well,
it's
All right,
okay.
I'm handing over the paperwork to you. So Bob, my little quote about him is this is what it just says about you that you got, Bob. You are a sweet fellow who trusts your minion. You may have been hurt in a past relationship and just want a minion who will treat you kindly. Bob will likely get you flowers often and doesn't mind crying in front of you. He is also probably a virgin, so be careful with him. There you go. You know.
Probably.
So from what I remember,
Why?
What
Wait. What are you basing when you're talking about the probability of virginity with minions? What are you?
well, because
looking
Bob is.
at?
What am I looking at? Well, Bob's like the most, the young at heart, like naive-ish kind of one. So here's the thing. I said Kevin was most likely not a virgin.
He's the bad boy, right?
No, he's the tall one.
Okay.
I feel like he's
okay,
not
that
because
makes sense.
some people might look at him as a pencil-pushing, like Twizzler dick geek, but I think he's not because he
oh,
is.
he's pushing pencils.
But he's still he's pushing something now. But I think Kevin's not. I think Kevin has done it before. Stuart's the like bad boy one, and I said he is probably not, but he's has the second highest chance because I feel like he's either one of those guys who is doing it like every day of his life, or he's just lying and he's still a virgin. He's one of those two. And then Bob's maybe he's not, but he most likely is a virgin because he's like the sweetest little fella. He's probably waiting until marriage, to be honest. So
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your minion. That's the one you wanted, right?
Yeah. Can we get a round of applause, please? Is that
Yeah.
okay.
Round of applause for
Yeah,
give it up
way
for
to go,
Bob.
Bob.
ladies and
Way to
gentlemen. Give it
go,
up for
Bob.
Bob, I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna treat you right, Bob. Bad boy.
So you're gonna be gentle with him then?
I'm gonna be so gentle.
I appreciate. He was hurt in a past relationship
All right,
too.
Bob,
so
come
really
on in.
needs
Come
it.
hold my hand, Bob. You
Yeah,
can
come in.
speak into the mic here.
Yo, he's right here. It's like he's right in the room.
So boy,
Yo,
Mikey.
Yo,
What
if
do you want to say to Bob? Mikey?
You turn me on section.
Whoa!
You turn me on.
Mikey.
Well, at least you're honest.
Am I allowed to say that?
Mikey.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say that.
Mikey.
I mean,
Wow,
but
he
don't
seems
say
to
what,
like that.
but don't say what you're gonna be pushing into where because that would be
Yeah,
going
you're
too
not.
far.
You're a pencil push.
So,
Virgin. I don't. Okay. I don't like that.
yo, and also by the way, I said this to Jack, but I kind of assumed the minions' parents would be Gru. So
Okay, yeah, that's a good
Didn't
one.
Dr. Nefario make the minions? No,
No,
they
he
were from the Ice Age.
Yeah, no, we didn't make the minions. The evil minions were made by like the Mexican guy in the second one. You got it? Well, like the villain
Oh,
was
with
like
the
a
tortilla hat.
Yeah, he made the evil
Oh.
minions.
Man.
Or more accurately, he like turned the already existing, like the hack fraud he is. He turned the already existing minions into.
Is this a website I can Google for the minion thing?
You like Wiki? Fandom.
What do you mean? Like you want to look like into information?
No, I'm saying like, could I share a link to like one of my friends to also take the test?
Oh, no,
Oh
this
well,
is
the
Josiah.
test is a Google document.
This is all just
You made the test?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the test.
Wow, dude, respect to that.
Oh, well, technically,
yeah.
technically, me and Jack because he came up with the idea. So
That's pretty cool.
I
You,
did the
you should
intro,
post
but
that on
he-
like a website. You should make your own like website.
if I knew how I have to make some more questions though. I think I need to have like at least 10 questions for it to be a proper.
We got to bring
website.
Doug on, and we got
Favorite
we
dessert.
got to get Doug's
If Doug ever actually comes on, we'll do the minion dating.
Well, yeah, we do. We got
Absolutely.
Doug Share right there.
Well,
Yeah.
Doug, I don't think will ever come on. I feel like he doesn't.
No,
want
he's
to.
gonna. Even if
All right. Well, he can. But the thing is,
We'll
we
pay
can,
Doug.
We can never
pay
all
him,
three be
yeah.
on. Doug will have to take my spot when he's on because.
I don't mind. No, I don't mind sharing this mic, having him sit right next
No,
to me
okay.
in his chair, and we just
Well,
kind of.
yeah, he'll probably be
All right,
a
well,
little
there you go.
quiet. So.
Well, there you go.
he
We'll
can
have.
just, you know.
Yeah, we'll have him on as the next guest then.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So yeah, props to the Minions, to the Minion Dating Game, and shout out to the Minions family. You know,
Woo!
got to shout him
Shout out
yeah.
to his family.
Shout
man.
out to their family. Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, now moving on from that, the show is near. I'm gonna probably close out at like 7:55, so we got a couple minutes left for another quick goof maybe. So
Closing remarks.
Yeah, closing remarks. That was pretty much most of what I had on the agenda for this time. But I did want to say, and we won't get to it again. It's kind of like I'll close with this because last time we didn't have enough time for it, so we just kind of talked about next time we'll do it, and I wasn't able to do it. But I guess next week we'll watch Live and Learn. That's a good one. Or maybe not next week, because next week I haven't revealed it yet, and I'll just say now. I have another special guest. I think it's not official yet, but probably going to be on the show. The first interview we're going to do. And I'm not going to say... Well, I'll tell you guys after the trip. I'm not going to...
Did you get him?
Get who?
The person.
Well, hold on. Let me just mute your... Let me mute our mics real quick, and then I'll let you say... All right, so I told Jack who it... I'll tell... Mikey, don't say who it was, but did you...
No, yeah, I heard you just now.
Okay, so they... So we may be doing it.
But you didn't mute my mic, so...
No, we were far away enough.
Okay.
It's Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, well, I didn't
The
want to
Jimmy
say.
Carter?
No.
So, with that interview, should I come...
Oh, no,
Am I-
you should still.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay,
I
I
didn't
can
think
come.
about it. I was at first going to say one of us, if we're going to do an interview, because there's only 3 people, one of us will have, I mean, it can't be me because it's my show.
I'll
but-
be in the background, yeah.
I was going to say one of us will have to like step out for while we do the interview. But I'm thinking,
Yeah, because I
honestly,
can come later and then...
well, if you want to, we could, but I was thinking also, honestly, we could all do it like, well, you hold the mic to them. And you can, because I want it to be like a group interview, like where we all ask questions.
We could do a thing where the person sits right there, and then Jack and me sit over here.
Yeah.
We could do that too, yeah.
Give the guest the chair.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm still thinking about how I want to do it. My dream is we could all just be in on it because we all will have questions for this guest, I think. But
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's the first one I'm going to do a series. I have a few other interview subjects I'm trying to line up for future shows because that's what I want. In like a dream world, I want to do like every episode we have a guest interview, but I don't. That's just not going to probably happen. But so next week we have that, and we have kind of a full show because I know you were talking about. And we'll just talk about the segment now because you know what else we're going to talk about. I know you were talking about you want to reveal the segment you were working on an intro for.
Yeah, and Mikey, you're gonna like this. It's the whole segment idea is it better than the SpongeBob movie? Where we're gonna initially compare other movies and go, all right, we're gonna discuss if it's better than the actual, the original.
Yeah, the
SpongeBob
original
movie.
classic,
Yeah, the
with
classic.
Daniel Hasselhoff or whatever his name is.
David Hasselhoff,
Hasselhoff.
yeah.
It's supposed to be like the end of the whole thing, but it wasn't. Yeah, we're gonna do that, but then we're eventually just gonna get into just general topics if it's better than the SpongeBob movie.
Is sex better than
Yeah, stuff like that.
That's actually a tough one,
Is
low-key.
Jimmy Carter better than
Was Jimmy Carter's administration better than
the SpongeBob?
David Hasselhoff was not in the Carter. Well, I think he was briefly the Secretary of Energy or something, but it was only for a few months. So that's the thing.
So yeah, we're gonna work on that one. We're gonna get that segment out. I'm still
Yeah.
making the intro to that one.
Yeah,
That's awesome,
That's
dude.
gonna be a fun segment.
I'm
glad.
excited.
If anything, I'm glad that you didn't finish it yet because we had too much stuff happening in the show. We wouldn't have had time for it.
Oh, and then I have another one that I wanted to bring up. I wanted to do. We got to come up with a good name for it, but it's
If you don't want, you don't have to talk about it yet. If you don't want to.
Oh no, I want.
Oh,
to.
you want to? All right,
yeah. It's like I'm gonna find crazy news articles that happened this week. But then I'm also gonna come up with crazy fake news articles that happened this week, and you guys have to try and figure out which one.
That's gonna be such a good
fake
segment.
and which one is real.
I can't
I'm
wait
gonna have
to
a
get
lot of fun with that.
That's gonna be such a good segment. So that's gonna be we have some real like bangers coming up the month of October is just next week, of course. And again, I think it's at least like 75% chance it will happen. I'm just still trying to work. We have an amazing interview coming up. You cannot wait for it. We're gonna ask deep questions. It's gonna be great. And then the week after that is Halloween actually.
Yep.
And I'm still debating if I want to come in costume because I got a costume.
Oh yeah,
no
did you get the chicken one?
Yeah, I have both costumes.
That's my costume.
I won't reveal. I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
It's a bit of a no. Well, we can say what it is. It's gonna be.
I teased it.
Yeah, he's gonna be Jack's gonna be the chicken. I'm gonna be Colonel Sanders. It's gonna be, and the reason is we have an elaborate bit we're gonna do for the show partially, with us that if I can, we're gonna play on the air on Halloween. And also, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it for a lot, or maybe I will because it is kind of like big news, I guess. But that's going to be the last show before the election. Did you know that? And I don't want to talk about like who to vote for, what candidate's better, because that's just boring.
Josiah's going to tell you who to vote for.
I don't even mind, like, frankly, I don't even mind talking about like my political opinions, but that's just boring, so I don't want to talk about it on the show. I mean, if we like got into it, I wouldn't stop it. It's like I don't mean to talk about like who to vote for. I just mean I want to talk about like who you think's going to win and all that. Cause that's fun. Because that's I want to do a segment where you all bet like what the electoral map's gonna look like, and then like whoever wins.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I legitimately want to do. I'm gonna plan for that. That's gonna be a really fun segment.
Yeah, gets another a golden slide whistle.
Yeah, and then like
if I come for Halloween week here and I'm the only one wearing costume, I'm gonna be very highly disappointed.
No, we can. Well, do you have a costume you want to wear?
I was thinking about being the surfer guy, the surfer penguin from the show. It was like the guy. It was like penguins like to surf.
Chicken Joe.
Yeah, it's the Chicken Joe.
It's not a show. It's a movie.
Oh, movie.
Wait,
sorry.
Surf's Up.
Surf's Up.
Yeah, Surf's Up. Sorry.
Chicken Joe.
Okay.
Just let me be me, man. Like that line.
Yeah,
that's gonna be, and that's why I kind of want to.
Chicken.
That's kind of why I want to talk about the election, because it's gonna be, we're all gonna be in costume, and it's gonna be talking about like, so what do you think about the state of the country?
But you can't see it, right?
But we'll see.
This is a radio show.
It's funny to us.
That's why I wish we could get like a camera set up in here.
Well, Mikey, you're gonna be filming the bit we do.
Oh yeah, I already
our
agreed to that.
costumes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So I can't wait for that.
And there's a KFC in Moscow.
You didn't tell them the bit.
I haven't told them the bit yet, but it's gonna be a really funny bit.
Okay, so you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna tell them. Well, it's okay to know who's doing what, like that we're in costume and Mikey's gonna be filming, but I don't want. I'll tell them what the bit is.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and I realize, I guess I'm giving up on this maybe because it's probably too late now. But the prop 121 bit, I gotta do something. We gotta.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll set up for that. Might be a pre-recorded segment for the Halloween show. Yeah. Let's aim for that. This week I'm gonna grind hard to figure out. I've already explained the prop 121 bit on the show, so if you listen to the last show, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. But so I'm gonna set up for, if you'd be down, if someone would be, I think we should get the same crew, you and me doing it and Mikey filming it or something. But it's gonna be a great.
I'll do that for sure.
Yeah. So keep listening during October. We got some bangers coming up. That's basically the show. Since it's nearly 8 p.m., we're gonna get out of here before if anyone else has a show after this, they get in. So thank you for listening to the show today. Next week, tentatively the SpongeBob game. We got an amazing interview coming up, and we got some other goofs, some spoofs we're going to be doing. So thank you for listening. You guys want to close by saying anything?
Mikey, I love that you're on the show, man.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully I can come back. Hopefully that's allowed.
Yep, you are allowed back.
Okay. So
you passed, man.
Can I leave this room, or do I have to stay here for another week like I did last week?
We didn't want to talk about that on the air. But
yeah, you didn't answer B, so you can go.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody, and have a great rest of your week, and we will be back on the air next Thursday. So take care.